Chapter 1862. At the location where Qin Wendian and Qin Zhong fought, a very long time passed. The entire space was still deathly silent, there were no signs of life at all. However, at this moment, that illusory shadow suddenly emitted a fluctuation as it radiated a faint glow. The shadow gradually showed signs of corporeal, recovering bit by bit. Although the recovery speed was very slow, the signs were still very clear. Until the end, the illusory shadow took form, transforming into Qin Wendian. In fact, there were even motes of astral light radiating from him, containing the power of his astral soul. His fleshly body also started to reconstruct. If others were to see this, they would surely sigh in admiration. After a long time, an intact body appeared. It was none other than Qin Wendian. In the air, a resplendent beam of light suddenly flashed, resembling the power of time. This beam of light directly bore into Qin Wendian's body, fusing into his reconstructed body. After everything was completed, Qin Wendian was still the Qin Wendian from before. In fact, his consciousness was also clear, but he was still quietly lying there. With a flick of his finger, that ordinary-looking black cudgel directly flew into Qin Wendian's body, connecting with his flesh and blood. Although he had picked up this cudgel a long time ago, he only managed to truly refine it after 100 years. He knew that the name of this cudgel was the God-slaying cudgel. That old fellow from the dark north immortal mountain tossed this cudgel to him back then. Right now, this cudgel helped him kill a heavenly deity and saved his life. If not, if he really landed in the hands of the Qin clan, even if he cultivated the undying scripture and had the ability to reconstruct his fleshly body, he would still die. In the Qin clan wouldn't give him any chance at all. They would strip him of everything he had. As long as one's soul didn't die, it would be indestructible. This was the power of the undying scripture. In addition, his devil-attributed astral soul had the power of undying. Hence, even if he was injured to such an extent, he would still be able to recover. However, it was impossible for him to completely recover. Right now, he was very weak and needed time to recover. At this moment, a few bolts of lightning flashed through the air as a group of figures appeared in the air. The one in the lead was a man and a woman. The man had a demonic handsome face and an incomparably sharp gaze. As for the woman, she exuded magnificence through the generations. Her black hair cascaded down like a waterfall and her skin was like jade. It was just that her aura was a little cold. "There's someone here." An expert with 2 horns on his head spoke. After which, a group of them descended from the air, landing in front of Qin Wendian and Little Rascal. This is... Their eyes involuntarily narrowed when they saw the gigantic body of Little Rascal. Heaven-devouring beast, of the royal race. Her voice was as cold as her temperament. She said, "Bring him back to the mountain." "Where is he?" Someone looked at Qin Wendian in the distance. "It seems like a huge battle has broken out here. I wonder who this person is. Let's bring him along for now." The female spoke. After that, Qin Wendian felt his body being lifted up by someone as they soared through the air. He was somewhat speechless, he was actually being carried by someone like this. He had never experienced such a thing before, it was simply too miserable. After they left for a period of time, a few more figures arrived here. It was none other than Luoshan Chuan. Beside him were a few people from the Luoshan clan who were willing to follow him. Luoshan Yu and Luoshan Lei were naturally among them. A deity-level battle erupted here. Luoshan Chuan's expression turned ashen, extremely unsightly to behold. This meant that Qin Wendian might have fought against Qin Zhong. Given Qin Wendian's cultivation base at the World Overlord realm, how could he fight against a heavenly deity? The consequences would surely be extremely miserable. After handing over the position of clan leader, he immediately rushed over, but he was still too late. Naturally, this was also within his expectations. It wouldn't take long for a heavenly deity to deal with a world overlord. Most probably, Qin Wendian could flee so far away because of Qin Zhong's intentions. Elder brother. Luoshan Lei's eyes turned red. Why did things turn out like this? In the world of reincarnation, they had already experienced a separation of life and death. Could it be that they would have to experience it again in the real world? Let's go. Luo Shenchuan was expressionless as he led everyone away. Father, don't go to the Qin clan. Luo Shenyu begged. His heart was filled with pain and he wanted nothing more than to kill his way into the Qin clan. However, what was the use of doing so? It was useless. No matter how powerful his father was, it was impossible for him to go to the Qin clan to get Qin Wendian back. Since they can send out heavenly deities to capture my grandson, I can naturally use the same method to deal with them. Luo Shenchuan coldly spoke. Right now, he has already removed the burden of being the clan leader of the Luoshan clan. There was no longer a need for him to worry so much when he did things. Luo Shenyu's eyes flashed, he knew that his father has already made his decision. It was useless for him to persuade him. They started to move with extreme speed towards the Heaven region. But at the same time, the experts from the Qin clan of the Heaven region were also on their way to the Luoshan clan of the Desolate region. The experts of the Qin clan all moved out. How could this be hidden from the eyes of those peak powers? The few peak powers of the Heaven region immediately received the news. When they heard that the Qin clan sent out an army with a heavenly deity at the lead and the clan leader Qin Zheng personally leading the troops, they instantly gathered experts for a discussion. They knew that something major must have happened, something heaven-shaking. If not, the Qin clan wouldn't have sent out such a lineup. After that, they sent people to investigate the location of the Qin clan's army. The best place to do so was naturally within the Qin clan. Although everything happened very suddenly, the news still leaked out very quickly. Such a major matter basically couldn't be concealed. The Qin clan sent out an army. It was sufficient to cause the entire supreme ancient immortal realms to tremble. Which hegemonic power would dare to not treat this seriously? Finally, they received the news that the Qin clan sent out an army to the Luoshan clan of the Desolate region. Because, the heavenly deity of the Qin clan, Qin Zheng, died in the Desolate region when he was carrying out Qin Zheng's orders. For a period of time, this news spread from the other regions of the Heaven region, to the Earth region, Mystic region, Yellow region. The various hegemonic powers were all shocked by this and paid attention to this. Right now, the Qin clan could be said to be extremely prosperous. The Luoshan clan was originally weak before the Qin clan, yet they actually dared to kill a heavenly deity of the Qin clan. Were they trying to incite a war between the peak powers? A heavenly deity had died. How could the Qin clan let this matter rest? The experts of the Qin clan moved out, causing the supreme ancient immortal realms to tremble. The entire world was paying attention to this. This news even spread to the origin of this incident, the Luoshan clan. When the Luoshan clan learned that Qin Zheng had died and the Qin clan sent out an army to the Luoshan clan, they were completely stunned. How could this be possible? Back then when Qin Zheng left to pursue Qin Wendian, in order to not offend the Qin clan, they even intentionally delayed Luo Shenchuan, making it so that Luo Shenchuan had no way to deal with Qin Zheng. Such a long period of time was more than enough. But now, they were told that Qin Zheng had died and the Qin clan sent their army to Luoshan city. On the Luoshan mountain, the calmness of the past had completely disappeared. Their Luoshan clan had just experienced a huge commotion. The internal struggle for authority had finally concluded and the clan leader, Luo Shenchuan, was eliminated. But because of this, Luo Shenchuan left and the Luoshan clan suffered a loss. Right now, the strength of the Luoshan clan grew increasingly weaker. And at this moment, they received the news that the Qin clan sent their army. How did they feel? However, they didn't understand. How did Qin Zheng die? He went to pursue Qin Wendian. How could he die? Could it be that Qin Zheng failed to finish off Qin Wendian after such a long period of time? Could it be that Luo Shenchuan, who left the Luoshan clan, finally arrived and killed Qin Zheng? As for Qin Wendian killing Qin Zheng, the Luoshan clan didn't dare to think about it. In the entire supreme ancient immortal realms, no one would dare to have such a bold thought. Under heavenly deities, all lives were like ants. Heavenly deities were lofty and lofty divinities. No matter how powerful world overlords were, they were no different from mortals in front of heavenly deities. How could they kill heavenly deities? Such a thought wouldn't even appear in the minds of anyone. After the Luotian clan learned of this, their reaction was very fast. They immediately released news stating that Qin Zhong's death had absolutely nothing to do with the Luotian clan. Their Luotian clan didn't interfere with Qin Zhong's capture of Qin Wentian and allowed them to leave. Also, after they left, the Luotian clan held a succession ceremony. Luotian Chuan stepped down from his position as the clan leader, allowing Luotian Mu to take over. After this news was released, the experts from the Qin clan who were heading to the Luotian clan naturally heard it. However, they didn't stop and continued to head towards Luo City. The various peak powers all had different reactions. The majority of them were watching the show, gloating in the misfortune of the Luotian clan. As for the Divine Ox clan, who was in the eye of the storm, they were all filled with excitement. In the desolate region, the Luotian clan had always been the strongest among the three hegemonic powers. It was only until the conflict between them and the Qin clan did they show signs of weakening. But even so, the Luotian clan was still very strong and very arrogant. The people of the Luotian clan had always looked down on the Divine Ox clan and there was some grudge between them. Right now, the Luotian clan experienced a huge change again. The powerful Luotian Chuan was actually forced to abdicate his position as the clan leader. Although they didn't personally experience this, they could all imagine what might have happened back then. Luotian Chuan would definitely have to leave the Luotian clan. He had no way to continue staying here. In addition, the Qin clan was about to send their troops over. The Divine Ox clan soon made a decision and sent their experts to the Luotian mountain, preparing to join in the fun. If there was a chance to cause the Luotian clan to decline, they would naturally be extremely happy. Today, the airspace above Luo City was covered by a layer of dark clouds. All of a sudden, heavenly might descended, enveloping the vast Luo City. This was divine might. Everyone in the city felt their hearts trembling. The city they were staying in was the main city of the Luotian clan. Through countless years, no one dared to provoke them like this. But today, the Qin clan had arriving under the watchful eyes of the supreme ancient immortal realms. After that, another shocking might descended. Experts from another power arrived. The experts from the Divine Ox clan arrived in the airspace above Luo City. Other than this, there were also experts from the various hegemonic powers in the dark. They came here to watch the show. On the Luotian mountain, the people of the Luotian clan all felt a stifling pressure. At the same time, Luotian Chuan and the others arrived at the Qin clan of the Heaven region. Because they had been rushing over, they didn't pay attention to what was happening in the outside world. They only received news after they entered the Heaven region that Qin Zhong didn't return to the Qin clan. He had died in the desolate region. When they received this news, their hearts violently pounded. What happened after Qin Zhong and Qin Wentian left? Chapter 1863. At that time, Luotian Chuan and the others found the battlefield where Qin Zhong and Qin Wentian fought. There were remnants of heavenly Tao might there and it was undoubtedly Qin Zhong. However, they didn't manage to find Qin Wentian. Hence, they naturally thought that Qin Wentian was brought away by Qin Zhong. This was why they rushed to the Heaven region through the night. But when they arrived there, they received a shocking news. Qin Zhong died in the desolate region and the experts of the Qin clan attacked the Luotian clan. What was going on exactly? Who was the one who killed Qin Zhong? Where was Qin Wentian now? Lei, are you still unable to contact him? Luotian Chuan asked Luotian Lei. Luotian Lei has been trying to contact Qin Wentian through her messaging crystal but there was no reply. Luotian Lei shook her head. She was very worried about her elder brother. Qin Zhong had died, where did her elder brother go? Clan leader, what about the Luotian clan? Some of the experts from the Luotian clan glanced at Luotian Chuan, wanting to say something but hesitating. Luotian Chuan sighed, a heavenly deity from the Qin clan died in the desolate region. Although Luo Shenmu has already released news saying that this had nothing to do with the Luoshan clan, the death of a heavenly deity caused the Qin clan to be infuriated. Even if the Luoshan clan knows that this has nothing to do with the death of a heavenly deity, the Qin clan wouldn't give up so easily. Luo Shenmu has brought a calamity upon the Luoshan clan. The Qin clan was informed by Luo Shenmu, causing Qin Zhong to head there. Now, they lured the wolf into the house. Who could be blamed? Right now, he could only pray in his heart that the Luoshan clan wouldn't suffer too heavy a loss because of this. Even if he rushed back now, it would already be too late. Luo Shenmu's heart is evil, he would rather cause internal strife in the Luoshan clan to seize power. Clan leader, why don't you establish another faction and summon the people of the Luoshan clan to submit to you? I believe that after this calamity, there would surely be people who would respond. An expert at the side suggested. If I continue to divide the strength of the Luoshan clan, the Luoshan clan would surely face an even greater calamity. Luoshan Chuan's expression dimmed. The experts at the side also sighed in their hearts when they heard this, hoping that the Luoshan clan would be able to survive this calamity. After all, even if the Luoshan clan left, it was still their clan. The people there shared the same bloodline as them. The people they hated were merely a portion. The vast majority were ordinary clansmen. Just like what Luoshan Chuan has guessed, the Qin clan lost a heavenly deity. Even if they already believed the news Luo Shenmu sent out, that the Luoshan clan didn't do it, so what of it? Their army has already arrived, how could they retreat just like that? How would the people of the world view the Qin clan? In the future, wouldn't everyone dare to offend their Qin clan? At this moment, the Luoshan clan had to give an explanation. In the airspace above Luo City, divine might descended. On the Luoshan mountain, this feeling was even more obvious. In the airspace above the Luoshan mountain, a group of figures descended from the heavens. The person in the lead was none other than the clan leader of the Qin clan, Qin Zheng. After Qin Zheng took control of the Qin clan, it was very rare for him to appear in public. However, there was no need to doubt his strength. When he was young, he was already appointed as the future clan leader of the Qin clan. Back then, only Qin Yuanfeng could faintly be on par with him. But in the end, everything of Qin Yuanfeng was stripped away and transferred to Qin Zheng. Luo Shenmu and the other experts appeared. He glanced at Qin Zheng and spoke, "Since the Divine Ox clan has arrived, just come out." "Ha, we are here to take a look. Congratulations to Brother Mu on becoming the clan leader of the Luoshan clan." A hoarse voice rang out. In the air, another group of experts descended. These people were all muscular, exuding an imposing aura. These were none other than the experts from the Divine Ox clan. Among them, there were several heavenly deities. The Ox chieftain of the Divine Ox clan personally came here. Many thanks to the Ox chieftain. Luo Shenmu's voice was somewhat cold. This Ox chieftain personally came here. Clearly, he didn't come with good intentions. It was more appropriate to say that he wanted to add insult to injury. Luo Shenmu, my Qin clan's Qin Zhong came to the Luoshan clan because of your appointment. However, he died here. What do you plan to do? Qin Zheng calmly asked, not giving any face to Luo Shenmu, directly stating that Luo Shenmu came here because of his appointment. After all, no matter what, the Qin clan and Luoshan clan had a grudge between them. Yet, he actually colluded with his enemy, the Qin clan, to deal with Luoshan Chuan and Qin Wentian. Before this, I've already released the news. I'm sure the Qin clan should have received the news as well. Qin Zhong's death definitely has nothing to do with my Luoshan clan. At that time, Qin Zhong went to chase after the traitor's son, Qin Wentian. Luoshan Chuan wanted to leave, but our Luoshan clan didn't wish to interfere in the internal affairs of the Qin clan. Hence, we left Luoshan Chuan behind and asked him to abdicate and pay respects to our ancestors. At that time, all the experts of our Luoshan clan were present. Not a single heavenly deity left. Qin Zhong's death is impossible to have anything to do with our Luotian clan. Luotian Mu replied. Now that Qin Zhong has already died, there's no proof. Do you think that whatever you say is true? No matter what, after Qin Zhong came to the Luotian clan, he died. Who would believe you if you say that this has nothing to do with the Luotian clan? Qin Zheng domineeringly spoke. Luotian Mu, the Luotian clan has to give my Qin clan an explanation for this matter. If not, bear the consequences yourself. This was already an undisguised threat. The expressions of the people from the Luotian clan all turned unsightly. No matter what, they were a hegemonic power in the supreme ancient immortal realms. Also, they had once fought against the Qin clan. Although they were weaker, they had never been threatened like this before. The Qin clan actually sent their troops to the Luotian mountain, pressuring them like this. I invited Qin Zhong here to capture the traitor's son because I wanted to mend our relationship with the Qin clan. Clan leader Qin should understand my intentions. I also didn't wish for Qin Zhong's death, but this definitely wasn't done by my Luotian clan. Right now, what explanation does clan leader Qin want? Luotian Mu spoke. The people of the Luotian clan felt some disappointment when they heard his voice. Compared to Qin Zheng's tyranny, Luotian Mu's aura was clearly weaker. It was like he was under someone else. This was simply a humiliation to the Luotian clan. Right now, as the clan leader of the Luotian clan, Luotian Mu didn't merely represent himself. He represented the entire Luotian clan as well. Since Luotian Mu said this, in that case, if you can do what I want to say next, I will believe you. Qin Zheng spoke. Qin clan leader, please speak. Luotian Mu replied. Qin Zhong is a heavenly deity of my Qin clan. He died after he descended to the Luotian clan. However, Luotian Mu, you said that the Luotian clan wants to be on good terms with my Qin clan. In that case, I want a heavenly deity from the Luotian clan to come to my Qin clan as a guest for cultivation. After the Luotian clan completes 2 matters, I will let them return. The first matter is to get Luotian Chuan to come to my Qin clan and give me an explanation. I suspect that this matter has something to do with him. The second matter is to bring the traitor's son, Qin Wentian, back to my Qin clan. If he's alive, I want to see him. If he's dead, I want to see his corpse. Qin Zheng spoke. The experts of the Luotian clan were all enraged when they heard this. Although it sounded nice to say that Qin Zhong was a guest, in truth, he was a hostage. They wanted the Luotian clan to do things for them, using Luotian Chuan to exchange for a heavenly deity and Qin Wentian to exchange for a world overlord of the Luotian clan. This was simply a humiliation to the Luotian clan. If they agreed to such conditions, the Luotian clan would surely become the laughingstock of the world. But if they didn't agree, the Qin clan most probably wouldn't let this matter rest. There were also experts from the Divine Ox clan glaring at them like tigers eyeing their prey. A heavenly deity and 10 world overlords. This was simply ruthlessly weakening the strength of the Luotian clan. The Qin clan also didn't wish to start a war directly. Although they could win, their Qin clan would also suffer great losses. Hence, they made such a request, slowly eating away at the Luotian clan. Although the heavenly deity and 10 world overlords were on the surface, they still wanted the Luotian clan to deal with Luotian Chuan and Qin Wentian. What would happen then? The Ox chieftain of the Divine Ox clan stared at Qin Zheng. As expected of a formidable character of the Qin clan. Today, even if the Luotian clan didn't want to agree, they had no choice but to do so. But once they agreed, not only would the Luotian clan's strength weaken, the cracks in their internal structure would grow even wider. They wouldn't be far away from destruction. After all, the Luotian clan had just experienced a power struggle. Isn't clan leader Qin's condition a little too overboard? Luotian Mu's expression was extremely unsightly to behold. You are the one who said that you want to form good relations with my Qin clan. I invited a few friends from the Luotian clan to be guests but they all rejected. In that case, I can only suspect that Qin Zhong's death was caused by your Luotian clan. Since this is the case, we can only fight. Qin Zheng spoke, releasing his might. In the air, waves of heavenly might enveloped the Luotian mountain. It was like as long as Luotian Mu said the word no, the Qin clan would start a war. Luotian Mu's expression was extremely ugly to behold. The first major thing he did after taking office was the arrival of the Qin clan. Could it be that he had to agree to such a humiliating condition? But if he didn't agree, would the Luotian clan be able to bear the consequences? Uncle Han, are you willing to head to the Qin clan as a guest? Luotian Mu turned his head and spoke to an old man not far away from him. This old man was a heavenly deity of the Luotian clan and was once a supporter of Luotian Chuan. When the old man heard Luotian Mu's words, a cold light flashed in his eyes. Wanting him to head to the Qin clan. Being a guest was nothing but a lie. If he went to the Qin clan, most probably, he would be at the mercy of the Qin clan. His life and death would be in the hands of the Qin clan. Uncle Han, my Luotian clan will definitely take good care of Auntie and my younger siblings. Also, they won't be among the world overlords heading to the Qin clan. Luotian Mu transmitted his voice when he saw the coldness in the old man's eyes. This sentence contained a hint of threat in it. The old man was so angry that he clenched his fists tightly. Luotian Chuan spoke on the surface, Uncle Han, if you are willing to head there, the Luotian clan will definitely not forget the things you have done for the Luotian clan. Luotian Mu, very good. Luotian Han coldly spoke. How hateful, before this, he actually chose to support Luotian Mu. But now, he was betrayed by Luotian Mu. I'm willing to head there. Luotian Han spoke. But when the people of the Luotian clan heard his tone, they knew that he was extremely unwilling. Many thanks for Uncle Han's consideration of the bigger picture. Luotian Mu nodded. After that, he named another 10 world overlords. These were all people who supported Luotian Chuan in the past. They were all incomparably enraged and there were even some who directly cursed at Luotian Chuan. But after Luotian Mu sent a few voice transmissions to threaten them, they all shut their mouths. They knew that they had to go regardless of whether they wanted to or not. Since the Luotian clan is willing to form a good relationship with my Qin clan, I will trust the Luotian clan this once. As for the two matters, I hope the Luotian clan will do their best. Qin Zheng spoke, a commanding tone could be heard in his voice. My Luotian clan will naturally do our best. Luotian Mu felt incomparably humiliated in his heart. At this moment, the Ox chieftain laughed, Luotian clan leader has ascended to the Luotian clan. This is such a joyous matter, how can we not congratulate you? My Divine Ox clan is also willing to form a marriage alliance with the Luotian clan. The supreme character of my Divine Ox clan, Devilox, has always had a good impression of the females of the Luotian clan and wishes to marry a few beauties of the Luotian clan. I wonder if Luotian clan leader would agree. Chapter 1864. As the sound of the Ox chieftain's voice faded, the people of the Luotian clan all had looks of rage in their eyes. Although their Luotian clan was weaker than the Qin clan, even if their clan leader was forced to leave, the Divine Ox clan wouldn't have the right to behave atrociously. But now, the Divine Ox clan was not only behaving atrociously, they were also humiliating them. It was one thing if Devilox wanted to marry. However, the Ox chieftain of the Divine Ox clan said that he wanted to marry several beauties of the Luotian clan. To put it nicely, it was a marriage alliance. But to put it bluntly, this vile beast from the Divine Ox clan wanted to use the bloodline of their Luotian clan to breed. This was simply an extraordinary humiliation. Scram! An old man from the Luotian clan couldn't help but roar in anger. The Ox chieftain stared at that old man and laughed uproariously, causing the space to tremble. Luotian Mu stared at him and coldly spoke, my Luotian clan has no intentions of marriage alliance. A heavenly deity from the Qin clan came to the Luotian clan and died. But the Divine Ox clan was simply taking advantage of the situation to rob them. I've heard of Devilox from the Divine Ox clan before. I heard that he has a Dao bone and isn't bad. Since you can increase the strength of your descendants through marriage, Luo Shenmu, why must you be so distant? I think this matter can be settled. At this moment, Qin Zheng calmly spoke, his words causing the gazes of countless people in the Luoshan clan to stiffen. Luo Shenmu's expression grew increasingly unsightly. When the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan arrived together, he was already worried that they would join forces. But now, it seems like the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan have reached an agreement. The Qin clan had the intention to support the Divine Ox clan to fight against the Luoshan clan. Weakening the Luoshan clan without fighting was undoubtedly the result the Qin clan wanted to see the most. Hence, while weakening the Luoshan clan, they would also support an opponent in the desolate region. The Ox chieftain laughed loudly, many thanks for clan leader Qin's kind words. Luo Shenmu, today I brought along my sincerity. Most probably you have never seen so many heavenly deities of the Divine Ox clan gathered here, right? This so-called sincerity was naturally a threat. The heavenly deities of the Divine Ox clan were all here. Vile beast. An old man from the Luoshan clan coldly spoke. What did you say? The laughter of the Ox chieftain abruptly ceased. He stomped down in the air as heavenly might bore down, causing the entire Luoshan mountain to tremble. Clan leader, we absolutely cannot agree to this. Another person spoke, ignoring the anger of the Ox chieftain. This was simply intolerable. If there's no way to form a marriage alliance, I have no objections. But that person earlier insulted our chieftain. Hand him over to my Divine Ox clan. Another heavenly deity from the Divine Ox clan pointed to the old man who called him a vile creature. That old man was a heavenly deity. Are you not evil creatures? The old man said coldly. Qin chieftain, you have also heard it. What do you think about this matter? The Ox chieftain stared at Qin Zheng. If the two families are in-laws, I believe the chief won't fuss over such a small matter. Qin Zheng said lightly. Emicham, it's fine if we become in-laws. The Ox chieftain nodded. But what if the Luo god clan doesn't agree? As the chieftain, I was humiliated. For this matter, the Luoshan clan naturally has to give an explanation. Just bring the person who humiliated me back to the Divine Ox clan. Qin Zheng spoke. The two of them echoed each other. In that case, I will have to trouble clan leader Qin to administer justice today. The Ox chieftain laughed loudly. After that, the experts from the Divine Ox clan unleashed their might, enveloping the Luoshan clan. Clan leader, we would rather fight than be humiliated. Whoever wants to destroy our Luoshan clan, they will also have to pay a heavy price. That old man coldly spoke. You have guts, as expected of a heavenly deity from the Luoshan clan. In the past, there have been many battles between our Qin clan and the Luoshan clan, but there has never been a full-scale war. Today, we might really have a chance to experience the full strength of the Luoshan clan. Qin Zheng spoke. The experts from the Qin clan released their might. With the pressure from the two peak powers, it would be a lie if the people from the Luoshan clan didn't panic. If a war broke out, although the heavenly deities would have a chance to flee and deal with the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan, their Luoshan clan might be annihilated. Chieftain, how many people do you want? Luo Shenmu asked, his words causing many experts from the Luoshan clan to turn to him. 10, just like the Qin clan. Initially, Devilox was interested in Luoshan Lei, but sadly, she isn't in the Luoshan clan anymore. If not, I would have chosen her. Naturally, if the Luoshan clan is willing to allow Luoshan Meng to marry into our Divine Ox clan, I can only accept 3 people. You can choose the other 2 as long as they are beautiful world overlords. The Ox chieftain laughed. Among the crowd, there was an extremely beautiful young woman whose beauty wasn't inferior to Luoshan Lei. She was a descendant of a heavenly deity from the Luoshan clan and had outstanding talent. Now, her cultivation base was at the World Overlord realm, and she was definitely one of the most outstanding among the younger generations of the Luoshan clan. Luoshan Meng's expression instantly turned pale. But coincidentally, her grandfather was none other than the heavenly deity who angrily reprimanded the Ox chieftain earlier. He coldly spoke, I won't agree. Fine then, you can only head to my Divine Ox clan. I won't mention the matter of marriage again. The Ox chieftain coldly spoke. Luotian Meng, you have also seen the situation. Your grandfather is a heavenly deity. Are you willing to let your grandfather be sacrificed, or are you willing to marry into the Luotian clan? Luotian Mu transmitted his voice to Luotian Meng. Luotian Meng's countenance turned even paler. Staring at the experts in the air, she felt some despair. She didn't expect that misfortune would befall her. I will definitely not agree. At this moment, her grandfather spoke with decisiveness that could sever iron. His aura gushed forth as though he wanted to fight. Quickly decide. If your grandfather wants to fight, the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan will suppress him. Only death awaits him. Luotian Mu transmitted his voice again. Tears flowed down Luotian Meng's eyes. I agree to marry into the Luotian clan. Meng. The old man glanced at his granddaughter. Grandfather, I will have to marry into the Luotian clan sooner or later. I'm fine. Luotian Meng softly spoke. Since Luotian Meng agrees, this matter is decided then. I will choose 2 more people. Will the Ox chieftain be satisfied? Luotian Mu coldly spoke. Ha, good. 3 months later, I will send people over to fetch the bride. I will definitely let them enjoy boundless glory. The Ox chieftain laughed uproariously. It was like he could already imagine the scene in the future. However, the glory would only belong to the Divine Ox clan. What would be left for the Luotian clan would be endless humiliation. Luotian Mu's eyes were cold to the extreme. He naturally knew how humiliating the matter today was. However, if a war started, it would lead to the annihilation of the Luotian clan. After so many years of fighting for authority, he finally became the clan leader. Could it be that the Luotian clan would be annihilated in his hands? News of what happened on the Luotian mountain soon circulated through the supreme ancient immortal realms. The Luotian clan who just ended their struggle for authority became a laughing stock. However, the people from the peak powers understood that under the Qin clan's coercion, the Luotian clan had no choice but to endure this humiliation. The Qin clan gambled that Luotian Mu wouldn't dare to start a war and would suffer the calamity of annihilation. Using Qin Zhong's death, the Qin clan ruthlessly stabbed the Luotian clan in the back. Not only did they bring away a heavenly deity and 10 world overlords, they even created a powerful enemy for them, the Divine Ox clan. The Divine Ox clan also obtained what they wanted. The Luotian clan's bloodline, as well as the prestige they wanted. Obtaining the women of the Luotian clan was something the Divine Ox clan had always wanted to do. Now, they finally succeeded. The next step was to dominate the desolate region while the Luotian clan was weakened. After the Luotian clan compromised, there were rumors of internal conflicts erupting within the Luotian clan. Some of the elders left in anger. They couldn't accept everything and broke off relations with Luotian Mu, saying that they wanted to leave the Luotian clan. Luotian Mu was extremely enraged and Luotian Meng was even controlled by him. In any case, after Luotian Mu took control of the Luotian clan, the entire Luotian clan fell into chaos and there were clear signs of decline. Everyone sighed. The #1 aristocrat clan in the desolate region was about to collapse. After Luotian Chuan learned of what happened in the Luotian clan, he didn't say a word. However, Luotian Yu could sense the anger in his father's heart. That was his clan, but now, they suffered such humiliation. They had fought against the Qin clan for many years, and although their strength was inferior to the Qin clan, they had never suffered such humiliation before. In addition, even the Divine Ox clan dared to ride on their heads. Clan leader. Finally, someone contacted Luotian Chuan through his messaging crystal. I'm no longer the clan leader of the Luotian clan. Luotian Chuan called out. The person who transmitted his voice to him was none other than Luotian Meng's grandfather. Can you save Meng? Our Luotian clan doesn't want to suffer such humiliation. Can you return to the Luotian clan? The other party asked. Luotian Chuan fell silent. After that, He replied, I've given up my position as the clan leader. This is the will of the entire Luotian clan. If I return now, there's no meaning at all. Are you going to start a civil war with Luoshanmu again? In that case, I'm willing to leave. There are several elders who are regretting their decision. They are willing to support you, but they are willing to establish their own clan. The Luotian clan on the Luotian mountain is no longer the Luotian clan of the past. That old man sighed. Luotian Chuan was speechless for a long time. After that, another old man contacted Luotian Chuan and expressed his willingness to leave the Luotian clan, wanting him to establish his own clan. Luotian Chuan's heart wavered. Right now, even if he didn't wish to split the Luotian clan apart, the internal factions of the Luotian clan were already starting to fracture. The hearts of the people weren't united and they were faintly like a plate of loose sand. Although Luotian Chuan's heart wavered, he still hesitated and didn't agree. Right now, the most important thing for him was to find his grandson, Qin Wentian. Where was he now exactly? Why did Qin Zhong die in the desolate region? It was said that there were experts from the Qin clan who didn't leave the desolate region and were still investigating this matter. In the desolate region, there were three hegemonic powers. The Luotian clan, Divine Ox clan and Demon God Mountain. The Demon God Mountain was a country of demonic beasts, a paradise for demonic beasts. There were saint beasts from all the demonic beasts here and they formed an alliance to resist the Divine Ox clan. Right now, they were already standing at the peak of the desolate region, becoming one of the three hegemonic powers. Also, they naturally knew about the major events that happened recently in the desolate region. On the Demon God Mountain, within an ancient demon god palace, Qin Wentian's body quietly lay there. Little rascal wasn't here, it was brought to another place. The young man and woman who brought Qin Wentian here earlier were all staring at Qin Wentian with interest. I didn't expect that the person we unintentionally brought back would actually be the source of all the changes in the desolate region. Qin Wentian is the son of the supreme character of the Qin clan, Qin Yuanfeng. He's also the grandson of the original clan leader of the Luotian clan, Luotian Chuan. If we hand him over now, it would definitely cause a huge commotion. Most probably, both the Qin clan and Luotian clan would be searching for him as well as Luotian Chuan. That handsome young man laughed. How interesting. You better not have such thoughts. Right now, the heaven-devouring beast beside him is something that the heaven-devouring old ancestor likes very much, treating it like a treasure. Maybe, its status might even surpass you. The woman at the side coldly spoke. The man laughed, that's true. In addition, didn't you notice something even more interesting? The heavenly deity of the Qin clan, Qin Zhong, has fallen and the place we found him should be the battlefield. Could it be that Qin Zhong was killed by him? Chapter 1865. 2 months have passed since the death of Qin Zhong. During this period of time, the news of the Luotian clan in the desolate region circulated through the supreme ancient immortal realms. It has been a very long time since such a major incident occurred in the supreme ancient immortal realms. 3 hegemonic powers appeared together, the Qin clan, Divine Ox clan and Luotian clan. A deity-level war almost erupted but the Luotian clan was willing to accept humiliation. After this matter, the Qin clan and Luotian clan started to search for traces of Qin Wentian, continuing to investigate the cause of Qin Zhong's death. Luotian Chuan also returned to the desolate region, similarly searching for Qin Wentian. However, they would never have imagined that Qin Wentian would actually be in another hegemonic power in the desolate region, the Demon God Mountain. Today, Qin Wentian woke up. The young man and woman who brought him here back then appeared before him, staring at him with interest. This place is the Demon God Mountain? Qin Wentian asked. Clearly, he wasn't completely unconscious and was still conscious. He actually knew that this place was the Demon God Mountain. Qin Wentian. The young man smiled. Qin Zhong, were you the one who killed him? Clearly, he was very curious about this point. Right now, the Qin clan was still investigating the death of a heavenly deity from the Qin clan but there was no news at all. Right now, the only person who could solve this mystery was Qin Wentian. Sir, what do you think? Qin Wentian smiled. He knew that he was on the Demon God Mountain, but now, he didn't know if the Demon God Mountain's intentions were good or bad. After all, his understanding of the Demon God Mountain was limited to the ancient records in the Heavenly Tao Library. There were 5 demon ancestors on the Demon God Mountain, leading the myriad of demons. There were many demonic races here, and whoever could break through to the Demon God realm would be bestowed the title of Demon Ancestor. In the world of demons, strength was everything. When they fought against the Divine Ox clan, they didn't intentionally suppress the other races. Instead, they supported each other, hoping that more demon ancestors would appear on the Demon God Mountain. After all, when they first formed an alliance, it was because of the Divine Ox clan. Since he has awakened, let's report this to the demon ancestors. The young man smiled and glanced at Qin Wentian before leaving Qin Wentian alone here. Qin Wentian stood up and walked out of the ancient palace. He discovered that he was now standing on an extremely tall ancient mountain. Before him, there were groups of demonic beasts everywhere. Even for the rarely seen saint beasts, they weren't rare at all. Because, this place was the Demon God Mountain, a paradise for demonic beasts in the supreme ancient immortal realms. Qin Wentian spat out a mouthful of turbid air, feeling extremely refreshed. Luckily, he cultivated the undying scripture as well as the undying law energy in his body, allowing him to recover so quickly. After the battle with Qin Zhong, he truly understood how terrifying heavenly deities are. Before that, heavenly deities only existed in his imagination. But after that battle, he truly experienced the strength of heavenly deities. He was extremely lucky to have survived that battle. To him, he had benefited a lot from it. In the future, when he tried to comprehend the heavenly God Tao, the comprehension he gained from that battle would definitely be of great use. Qin Wentian took out his messaging crystal. The first thing he did was to inform Lei of his news. Most probably, she was very worried about him. Elder brother. A voice filled with joy and excitement rang out from the other side. Elder brother, it's me, Lei. Qin Wentian could hear the sound of sobbing. Most probably, this lass was so agitated that she was crying. Most probably, she thought that he had died. That's great. Elder brother, you are still alive. Luotian Lei emotionally spoke. Elder brother, where are you now? Grandpa and I will go and look for you. I'm on the Demon God Mountain. Qin Wentian replied. Demon God Mountain? Luotian Lei started. Her elder brother was actually in a peak power of the desolate region, the Demon God Mountain. Could it be that the Demon God Mountain killed Qin Zhong? But how could this be possible? Back then when Qin Zhong pursued me, I only managed to escape due to luck. I killed Qin Zhong and was heavily injured. After that, I was brought here by the experts of the Demon God Mountain. Although I still don't know if the Demon God Mountain has good intentions or evil intentions, I'm guessing that they wouldn't harm me. If not, they would have long captured me. Qin Wentian transmitted his voiceover. The Demon God Mountain didn't control him at all. Elder brother, you actually killed Qin Zhong. That was a heavenly deity. Luotian Lei's heart trembled, she simply didn't dare to believe this. However, her elder brother would definitely not lie to her. Qin Zhong's death wasn't as mysterious as everyone thought. It was very simple. Qin Zhong was killed by her elder brother, Qin Wentian. If it wasn't for him being careless and wanting to capture me alive, the one who died would be me. Qin Wentian thought back to that battle. Indeed, he was lucky. He still didn't have the strength to kill a heavenly deity. Oh yeah, Lei, what happened after that? Are grandfather and you doing well? Qin Wentian asked. After Luotian Lei heard Qin Wentian's question, she narrated everything that happened in the Luotian clan. After Qin Wentian heard it, he felt an indescribable feeling in his heart. His grandfather actually gave up the position of the Luotian clan leader for his sake and directly headed to the heaven region. This was clearly because of the Qin clan. As for the Qin clan, they actually joined forces with the Divine Ox clan. Luo Shenmu cowered from battle, causing the Luo Shen clan to suffer humiliation. In fact, he even made use of this opportunity to suppress those who supported his grandfather in the past. Regardless of the heavenly deity that the Qin clan brought away or the 10 world overlords, all of them were followers of his grandfather in the past. Luo Shenmeng's grandfather was one of them as well. Luo Shenlei also told Qin Wendian that right now, the Luo Shen clan was in a state of internal turmoil and was on the verge of splitting apart. Many experts had left. Just when Qin Wendian was sighing in his heart, the young man and woman returned. Qin Wendian then ended his conversation with Luo Shenlei. The demon sovereign wishes to see you. The young man calmly spoke. Qin Wendian nodded. After that, he followed the two of them and headed towards one of the 5 tallest ancient peaks on the Demon God Mountain, arriving at a true Demon God Hall. In the ancient hall, a demon sovereign could be seen sitting there. Although he was in human form, his body was still gigantic. His eyes gleamed with a terrifying light and he exuded an unexcelled might. This is the heaven-devouring demon sovereign. The cold voice of the young woman rang out. The true form of the heaven-devouring demon sovereign was none other than a heaven-devouring beast, one of the 5 demon sovereigns on the Demon God Mountain. Right now, Little Rascal was actually sitting beside the throne of the heaven-devouring demon sovereign. He blinked at Qin Wendian and transmitted his voiceover, "Wendian, you have finally awakened. Bastard, you really know how to enjoy life. You actually didn't go and take care of me after you woke up." Qin Wendian transmitted his voiceover. "The demon sovereign instructed them to take care of you and wanted me to stay by his side." Little Rascal replied. Qin Wendian silently rejoiced in his heart. Heaven-devouring beasts were originally extremely rare. Now that there was a demon sovereign who regarded Little Rascal highly, he was naturally happy. "Qin Zhong was killed by you?" The heaven-devouring demon sovereign stared at Qin Wendian as he asked. "I was just lucky." Qin Wendian glanced at Little Rascal. This fellow should have told the heaven-devouring demon sovereign about this. Hence, he didn't hide anything. Since the heaven-devouring demon sovereign liked Little Rascal, he naturally wouldn't have any ill intentions towards him. Even if you were lucky, being able to kill a heavenly deity with your world overlord cultivation base is still a sign of your supreme talent. However, right now, everyone in the outside world is searching for you. Qin clan, Luotian clan, what are your plans? The heaven-devouring demon sovereign asked. I haven't thought it through yet. Qin Wendian honestly replied. I told this little fellow to stay behind and follow me. He said that he wants to follow you. Why don't you stay on the Demon God Mountain as well? There are only a few people who know of your identity. I'll tell them to keep this a secret and not leak it out. How about it? The heaven-devouring demon sovereign spoke. Qin Wendian contemplated for a moment. It wasn't a bad idea to cultivate on the Demon God Mountain. Right now, he needed to consolidate his foundation and attempt to break through to the next realm. Right. Qin Wendian nodded in agreement. You can leave first. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign spoke. Qin Wendian bade farewell and left. The young man and woman beside him stared at Qin Wendian. Was Qin Zhong really killed by him alone? How's your recovery? The young man asked. Is something the matter? Qin Wendian smiled. Nothing much, I just wish to spar with you. I want to experience the strength of someone who can kill heavenly deities. The eyes of the young man gleamed with excitement. When there's a chance, I will spar with you again. Qin Wendian smiled. Sure. The eyes of the young man gleamed with light. I'm a sky rock under the Kun sovereign. I'll remember that. Qin Wendian nodded. The Kun sovereign's true form was that of a Kunpeng, able to soar above the 9 heavens. The young man's true form was a rock. Although he was a subordinate of the Kun sovereign, the 5 demon sovereigns of the Demon God Mountain were the leaders of the Demon God Mountain and could command them. The sky rock's silhouette flashed as a pair of wings appeared on his back. Resplendent light shone as he vanished in an instant. The young woman brought Qin Wendian back to the place he was resting at earlier. You can continue to stay here. Right, many thanks. Qin Wendian nodded. After that, the young woman departed. Qin Wendian stared at the surroundings. This region should be under the control of the heaven-devouring demon sovereign. Who dares to come to my Demon God Mountain? At this moment, the voice of the heaven-devouring demon sovereign drifted over from the demon sovereign peak. Qin Wendian's eyes flashed as he turned his gaze over. After that, a silhouette descended from the skies, directly landing there. When Qin Wendian saw that silhouette, his eyes gleamed with sharpness. After which, his silhouette flickered as he sped over. Outside the Demon God Palace, Qin Wendian returned. That figure who just arrived was currently in a confrontation with the heaven-devouring demon sovereign. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign was extremely unhappy as he spoke. Luotian Chuan, aren't you being a little rude by barging into my Demon God Mountain like this? So it turned out that this person was none other than Luotian Chuan, who just returned to the desolate region. After he learned of the voice transmission between Qin Wendian and Luotian Lei, he came to the Demon God Mountain alone. Grandfather! Qin Wendian called out. Luotian Chuan turned his head and nodded to Qin Wendian. He had been worried for many days. Seeing that Qin Wendian was safe, his expression was as calm as ever. After that, he spoke to the heaven-devouring demon sovereign, I'm here to receive him. Sorry for the disturbance. Luotian Chuan, aren't you being a little too rude by barging into my Demon God Mountain? Do you think that a simple disturbance is enough? Another voice rang out. In the air, a figure descended with extreme speed. A pair of gigantic wings could be seen on his back, blotting out the sun, like the Lord of the 9 heavens. It was none other than the Kun sovereign. Senior, my grandfather is only worried about me, he has no ill intentions. I hope that seniors can forgive him. Qin Wendian spoke. He wasn't worried about Luotian Chuan's safety. As the clan leader of the Luotian clan, Luotian Chuan would naturally be able to retreat safely. However, he didn't wish for Luotian Chuan to have a conflict with the Demon God Mountain again. Chapter 1866. After Qin Wendian spoke, he glanced at Luotian Chuan. Grandfather, I was unconscious outside and was brought to the Demon God Mountain to take care of me. The Demon Sovereign allowed me to settle down on the Demon God Mountain. I owe him a debt of gratitude. He said this because he wanted to ease the tension between them. As expected, the heaven-devouring demon sovereign's expression eased up a little when he heard Qin Wendian's words. He then spoke to Luotian Chuan, no matter what, you are the original clan leader of the Luotian clan. Even your grandson is more polite than you. How can you barge into the mountain like this? Luotian Chuan was once one of the characters that stood at the peak of the desolate region. Even on the Demon God Mountain, the demon sovereigns wouldn't really make things difficult for him. When Luotian Chuan was in control of the Luotian clan, there weren't many grudges between him and the Demon God Mountain. At most, there would be occasional conflicts between juniors, but nothing too major happened. Many thanks to the demon sovereign for taking care of me. Please forgive me for my rudeness. Luotian Chuan clasped his hands. After he learned of Qin Wendian's news, he rushed over here because he was worried about Qin Wendian's safety on the Demon God Mountain. Now that he heard Qin Wendian saying that the Demon God Mountain treated him pretty well, his tone naturally became more polite. Forget it, no matter what, we were once the overlords of the desolate region. Let's sit down and chat. Men, prepare the banquet. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign waved his hands. Luotian Chuan nodded. Qin Wendian heaved a sigh of relief. Seems like there wouldn't be any more conflicts. Very swiftly, the banquet was prepared. The 2 demon sovereigns of the Demon God Mountain came to entertain Luotian Chuan. Speaking of status, in the past, Luotian Chuan was the clan leader of a peak power in the desolate region. His status was even higher than the demon sovereigns. Although there was some unhappiness between them before this, now that things were made clear, it was understandable. For such a minor matter, as a heavenly deity, they wouldn't be so petty. Luotian Chuan, you have been in control of the Luotian clan for so many years, yet you are still so impulsive. Now that you have given up, Luotian Chuan has suffered humiliation. What are you thinking? You actually allowed Luotian Mu to become the clan leader. That man's character is extremely sinister and his bearing isn't good. If you were here, you wouldn't know such humiliation and would rather die. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign spoke straightforwardly. Heaven Devourer, if you were to face the pressure from the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan, what would you choose? Luotian Chuan asked. Kill our way out. Since the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan dared to start a war, what does our demon god mountain have to fear? At most, we will be annihilated. As long as the 5 demon sovereigns escape, we will naturally avenge the deaths of our descendants. The Qin clan and Divine Ox clan can forget about peace forever. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign said bluntly. They definitely wouldn't be able to win if they fought. Hence, they would choose to kill their way out, escape, and then take revenge. Ruthless. Qin Wendian silently mused. This was the personality of the demon sovereign. However, not everyone would have the courage to face the threat of annihilation. Even for Luotian Chuan, he might not have the courage to do so. The Divine Ox clan is truly brazen enough. In the past, they plundered the bloodlines of the various greater demons and fused with their Divine Ox clan, yet they still didn't forget about your Luotian clan's bloodline. Luotian Chuan, what do you plan to do in the future? The heaven-devouring demon sovereign asked. 4 people at the same level, he was very direct when he spoke. Luotian Chuan glanced at Qin Wendian. Before this, I've been searching for him, but I haven't thought of what to do. Right now, the Luotian clan is in a state of chaos. How can I be willing to see such a situation? Why don't you join my demon god mountain? From now on, the demon god mountain will have 6 sovereigns. Ha! The heaven-devouring demon sovereign laughed. Good idea. The Kuan sovereign also laughed. Naturally, there was a hint of a joking tone in his voice. This was impossible. I can't join the demon god mountain. However, I can consider joining forces with them. Luotian Chuan's eyes flashed. If it was in the past, given his status as the Luotian clan leader, he naturally wouldn't say this. But now, the Luotian clan was on the verge of collapse. He wanted to do something for the Luotian clan. The eyes of the 2 demon sovereigns flashed as they exchanged mutual glances. In the desolate region, there has always been a tripartite balance of power. Although Luotian Chuan was no longer the Luotian clan leader, his strength was still there. In addition, he would surely have followers. If he joined forces with the demon god mountain, the balance in the desolate region would surely be broken. They were somewhat moved. Who should we deal with? The heaven-devouring demon sovereign asked. Naturally, the Divine Ox clan. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke. If they wanted to deal with the Qin clan, the demon god mountain would definitely not agree. The Qin clan of the heaven region was too powerful, it was impossible for the demon god mountain to antagonize them for no reason. However, the grudge between the demon god mountain and the Divine Ox clan had a very long history. The Divine Ox clan always had the ambition to take the demon god mountain as their own. Luotian Chuan, you should understand that the strength of the Divine Ox clan isn't any weaker compared to the demon god mountain. Although our demon god mountain doesn't fear the provocation of the Divine Ox clan, if we take the initiative to start a war, it wouldn't be a good thing to the demon god mountain. The Kuan sovereign spoke. The Qin clan and Divine Ox clan went to the Luotian mountain and joined forces to suppress us. But in reality, did they really act? You have already seen the ending. Since they can do this, why can't we? Also, even if we join forces, I didn't say that I want the demon god mountain to start a war against the Divine Ox clan. Luotian Chuan spoke. Ha, Luotian Chuan, what do you want to do? The heaven-devouring demon sovereign grew interested. He laughed loudly as he asked. Seems like although Luotian Chuan was no longer the Luotian clan leader, he still couldn't swallow this anger. I want to return a tooth for a tooth. Luotian Chuan coldly spoke. At the banquet, both parties discussed. Qin Wendian quietly listened. In front of the demon sovereign and his grandfather, he was only a junior. The banquet was very joyous. After it ended, the demon sovereign invited Luotian Chuan to stay on the demon god mountain. Luotian Chuan agreed, and after that, he went to fetch Luotian Lei and the others to the demon god mountain. Naturally, they did so in secret. The demon sovereign gave the order to seal their mouths, not allowing this news to leak out. On the demon god mountain, the demon sovereign had absolute authority. When Luotian Yu and Luotian Lei saw that Qin Wendian was safe and sound, they naturally felt extremely emotional. When they learned that Qin Wendian single-handedly killed Qin Zhong, they felt speechless in their hearts. They were filled with anticipation for Qin Wendian's future. In addition, Luotian Yu and the others also learned of what happened at the banquet today. At night, the moonlight shone down on the demon god mountain. Luotian Chuan stood at the edge of the ancient peak and stared into the distance. His gaze was incomparably deep. Behind him, the sound of footsteps rang out. It was Luotian Yu. He spoke in a light voice, "Father, it's time for you to make your decision. Do you really think that we have to do this?" Luotian Chuan asked. The Luotian clan would be destroyed sooner or later in Luotian Mu's hands. Why don't father control a branch of the Luotian clan? We still have a chance to rise up again. In addition, if father can allow this branch of the Luotian clan to grow stronger, in the future, all the members of the Luotian clan would submit to us and we would be able to revive the Luotian clan. If not, how can father watch the Luotian clan decline like this? Luotian Yu spoke. He knew his father's feelings for the Luotian clan. If he did this, it would definitely cause the Luotian clan to split into two. If they were the slightest bit careless, they might be consigned to eternal damnation. Can the Luotian clan return to its former glory? Luotian Chuan mumbled. Under his hands, the Luotian clan declined. Father, don't forget someone. Luotian Yu spoke. Who? Luotian Chuan turned his head and stared at Luotian Yu. Wendian. Luotian Yu's eyes flashed with a strange light. Father, Wendian has already displayed talent that surpasses his parents. Given time, he would definitely be able to reach the peak of the martial Dao. He was born to be enemies with the Qin clan. In his body, the blood of our Luotian clan flows. If he is strong enough, how can the Luotian clan not be revived? Luotian Chuan's eyes flashed. Seems like you are very confident in Wendian. Father, don't you think so? He killed Qin Zhong. Qin Zhong was a heavenly deity. No matter how he did it, Heaven's son Qin Dangtian shouldn't have done such a thing, right? Also, he entered the legendary place of the Tiandao Sacred Academy. At that time, all the major powers gathered, but he was the only one who managed to do it. Luotian Yu spoke. He is a gift that Qianxue brought to us. It's to repay what Qianxue has done to father and to the Luotian clan. Qianxue. When Luotian Chuan thought of his daughter, a look of longing flashed in his deep eyes. After that, the longing in his eyes gradually turned into determination. The Divine Ox clan and the Luotian clan agreed that they would send people to fetch the bride 3 months later. They would hold the marriage ceremony in a grand manner. As expected, the Divine Ox clan didn't go back on their words. The time limit of 3 months was getting closer and closer. The various major powers in the desolate region all received invitations from the Divine Ox clan, telling them that they had to participate no matter what. In the desolate region, other than the 3 hegemonic powers, there were also many other peak powers. All of them received invitations and all of them silently sighed in their hearts. The Divine Ox clan was clearly doing this intentionally. They wanted to display their might, displaying the glory of the Divine Ox clan. So what if the Luotian clan was the overlord of the desolate region? They were still humiliated by the Divine Ox clan. Even the demon god Mountain received an invitation from the Divine Ox clan. After receiving it, the heaven-devouring demon sovereign who was in the demon god hall had a deep smile on his face. That ox demon from the Divine Ox clan wanted to tell the demon god Mountain that their Divine Ox clan would dominate the desolate region in the future. This beautiful dream would definitely cause the Divine Ox clan to feel intoxicated, right? The grander the wedding ceremony was, the more the Luotian clan would lose face. Hence, compared to the liveliness of the Divine Ox clan, the Luotian clan had always been under a lot of pressure. Luotian Meng and the other two maidens were even restrained, not allowed to go out. They were waiting for the time limit of 3 months to arrive. That would be the day of their calamity. In addition, during this period of time, there would often be experts leaving the Luotian mountain. After that, there would be no news of them. Naturally, it was very normal for experts to leave the Luotian mountain for tempering themselves. Luotian Mu didn't mind it too much. Maybe, they didn't want to witness the wedding ceremony and witness the humiliation of the Luotian clan. Luotian Mu himself didn't want to see it either. However, Luotian Mu felt that for the sake of the entire Luotian clan, he would rather make such a sacrifice. He believed that the people of the Luotian clan would be able to understand his decision. As the time limit neared, the desolate region became even more lively compared to the past. Many people headed to the place where the Divine Ox clan was located, the Divine Ox Castle. This seemed to be a change in the hegemonic power of the desolate region. The Luotian clan fell and the Divine Ox clan rose up. The time limit of 3 months finally arrived. Chapter 1867. Today, in the Divine Ox Castle, experts were as common as the clouds. The majestic Divine Ox Castle was filled with experts from the 10,000 races. There were humans and demonic beasts, all of them came here to offer their congratulations. The Divine Ox Castle was filled with boundless magnificence. A dragon phoenix chariot departed from the Divine Ox Castle, heading towards the Luotian clan to escort the bride. Devilox of the Divine Ox Castle was currently sitting in the chariot pulled by a true dragon, exuding boundless spirit. Today, he would marry the 3 maidens of the Luotian clan. Even the lofty beauties of the Luotian clan would have to prostrate themselves before him. Sadly, he didn't manage to obtain Luotian Lei. However, Luotian Meng was extremely outstanding as well. Her beauty was unparalleled, causing him to drool. In the Divine Ox Castle, countless experts stared up in the air. When they saw the troops departing from the Divine Ox Castle, they couldn't help but to sigh in their hearts. The Divine Ox clan intentionally made this wedding as grand as possible. The Ox chieftain stood on the stairway leading to the Divine Ox Castle and smiled as he stared up at the sky. Congratulations, Chief. Congratulations to the Divine Ox clan for such a joyous occasion. Many experts clasped their hands to the Ox chieftain. The Ox chieftain had a smile on his face. Below the stairway, there were countless banquets and many of them were precious demonic meat. This caused some demonic experts to be extremely unhappy. The way the Divine Ox clan did things was too arrogant, completely unbridled. Many thanks everyone. Please be seated and enjoy the banquet of my Divine Ox clan. The Ox chieftain laughed uproariously, his voice like thunder. Today was the first step for their Divine Ox clan to dominate the desolate region. This was an extremely meaningful wedding that symbolized the decline of the Luotian clan. The Divine Ox clan would become the strongest power in the desolate region, and the myriad of races in the desolate region would pay homage to them. The atmosphere in the Luotian clan was still as oppressive as ever. On the Luotian mountain, there were 3 maidens dressed in phoenix coronets and robes. Their clothes were extremely beautiful, exuding a sense of nobility and holiness. This was especially so for the maiden in the middle. After she dressed up, she was so beautiful that it was suffocating. Her face under the phoenix coronet was so exquisite that there were no flaws at all. However, her eyes were empty and lifeless. She had no way to imagine what fate would befall her next. She had become a sacrifice for her clan. Behind the three women, a group of experts appeared. They were the people who were here to escort the bride. I will go and escort them to the Divine Ox clan. At this moment, an old man spoke. This old man was an elder of the Luotian clan, a heavenly deity expert. His name was Luotian Wang and he was once a supporter of Luotian Chuan. Uncle Wang, there's no need. Elder Cheong will escort us this time. Luotian Mu spoke. Luotian Cheong was his supporter. Luotian Mu would only feel at ease with Luotian Cheong escorting them. Alright. Luotian Wang didn't argue. He nodded and arranged for some people to be part of the escort team. After that, they quietly waited on the Luotian mountain. When the dragon phoenix chariot appeared, Luotian Meng's countenance turned even paler. There weren't many people who came to send them off. In the vast Luotian clan, there were only a few people accompanying them. The atmosphere was extremely cold because the people of the Luotian clan didn't wish to see this scene. They felt humiliated. The family members of the three maidens were directly controlled. Devilox walked down from the dragon carriage and came before the three maidens. When he saw Luotian Meng's countenance, a faint smile appeared in his eyes. He was very satisfied. Many thanks, Luotian clan leader. Devilox clasped his hands to Luotian Mu. Luotian clan leader, are you not going to attend the wedding banquet at my Divine Ox Castle? I won't be going. You guys can set off first. Luotian Mu waved his hand, feeling that there was no light on his face. To him, this was also a matter of humiliation. After speaking, he turned and departed. Staring at his back, Devilox laughed, Clan leader, don't worry. I will treat the beauties of the Luotian clan well. 3 madams, please. Devilox smiled at them. After that, the 3 of them lifted their feet and walked towards the phoenix chariot. Not long after, they started their journey again. The dragon phoenix chariot flew back to the Divine Ox Castle to hold the wedding. The Luotian clan was still as cold and cheerless as ever. Over at the Divine Ox Castle, after learning that Devilox successfully brought the 3 maidens away, the Ox chieftain was even happier. Just like what he expected, the Luotian clan didn't dare to play any tricks. This was something that the Luotian clan leader personally agreed to. Also, the Qin clan was there as a witness. Luotian Mu didn't dare to go back on his words. Devilox will be back very soon. Everyone, since this is such a joyous occasion, please enjoy yourselves to the fullest. The Ox chieftain spoke. That's only natural. Many thanks for chieftain's hospitality. Chieftain, come, let's toast the Divine Ox clan. Even before the guests arrived, the banquet had already started. The atmosphere was extremely lively and the entire Divine Ox Castle was filled with people. There were countless experts from the Divine Ox clan within the castle. They were all drinking wine and eating meat in large mouthfuls, appearing extremely excited. All of them were in high spirits like they were the ones marrying beauties. Devilox is a supreme genius of my Divine Ox clan. He will definitely inherit my position and become the chieftain in the future. Everyone, what do you all think about him marrying beauties from the Luotian clan as concubines? The Ox chieftain laughed loudly, his voice like thunder. Devilox wasn't marrying a wife, he was marrying a concubine instead. The 3 beauties from the Luotian clan were all concubines, using this to belittle the Luotian clan and elevate the Divine Ox clan. Naturally, they are extremely suitable. They are a perfect match. Someone flattered. This matter will surely become a legend in the desolate region. Many people jeered. There were also some human experts silently cursing in their hearts. These people from the Divine Ox clan were truly shameless enough. This chieftain was intentionally saying this to belittle the Luotian clan, announcing the current status of their Divine Ox clan. Old Kuei Ox, are you not afraid that the wind will sprain your tongue? At this moment, an untimely voice drifted over, causing the eyes of the Ox chieftain to stiffen. The eyes of the experts from the Divine Ox clan also flashed with a ferocious light. Who dared to speak to their chieftain like this? In the air, a few silhouettes could be seen flying over. There were 5 of them, and each of them exuded a fearsome might. For a moment, the entire space was suffocated. Countless people inclined their heads and stared at the 5 of them as their hearts pounded. Demon sovereigns. That's the heaven-devouring demon sovereign. I've met him before. That's the Kun sovereign. There's also the dragon sovereign. Numerous exclamations rang out. Very swiftly, everyone knew the identities of these people. The 5 demon sovereigns of the demon god mountain had all arrived. For a period of time, great waves of shock rose in the hearts of everyone. Although the Divine Ox clan invited the 5 demon sovereigns, it was only because they wanted to show off their might. Usually, the demon god mountain wouldn't come to support them. But now, they actually came. Not only that, all 5 demon sovereigns came together. Since the 5 demon sovereigns were here, it naturally wouldn't be so simple. Did the demon god mountain want to contend against the Divine Ox clan for the position of the hegemon of the desolate region? Today is truly a good day. All 5 of you old demons are here. However, heaven-devouring old demon, what do you mean by your words earlier? The ox chieftain coldly spoke. What do I mean? You don't understand. The heaven-devouring old ancestor laughed. Don't forget the history of your Divine Ox clan. Although the Luotian clan is somewhat weak now, their history is much more glorious compared to your Divine Ox clan. If Devilox of your Divine Ox clan wanted to marry a female from the Luotian clan, it would be suitable. But now, you want to marry 3 beautiful concubines? How delusional. I'm afraid your dreams are too beautiful, and in the end, all your efforts would be for naught and you would be laughed at by others. Everyone could sense the deeper meaning in the words of the heaven-devouring old ancestor. It was like he was hinting at something. The expressions of the Divine Ox clan turned solemn. The chieftain's expression turned cold. What? Could it be that your demon god mountain wants to interfere in the matters of my Divine Ox clan? Ha! Our demon god mountain doesn't care about the matters between you and the Luotian clan. Today, we came here for a single matter. Your Divine Ox clan has enslaved many demonic beasts of our demon race. Today, we are going to bring all of them away. They belong to the demon god mountain. The Kun sovereign's eyes gleamed with arrogance as he spoke in a sharp voice. The Divine Ox clan once enslaved many greater demons in the desolate region. After that, some of the more powerful demonic races in the desolate region formed an alliance, eventually forming the current demon god mountain. But even until today, the Divine Ox clan didn't only have their own demons. They still had many other demonic beasts that worked for them. For example, the dragon and phoenix carriages were all pulled by dragons and phoenixes. The Kun sovereign's voice instantly caused a huge commotion. Today, the 5 demon sovereigns of the demon god mountain came here. Were they declaring war against the Divine Ox clan? The expression of the Divine Ox chieftain directly turned black. He stared at the 5 demon sovereigns and coldly spoke. Old demons, do you know what you are saying? I naturally know. The expressions of the demon sovereigns turned sharp. For a period of time, the joyous atmosphere instantly turned heavy, causing everyone to feel a sense of suffocation. Not long ago, the Divine Ox clan humiliated the Luotian clan. The Divine Ox clan was in high spirits and Devilox took a beauty from the Luotian clan as a concubine. Now, the 5 demon sovereigns of the demon god mountain came here, wanting to take back all the demonic beasts the Divine Ox clan had enslaved. The ox chieftain breathed out a dense demonic chi as he stared at the 5 demon sovereigns. At this moment, in the air, a powerful aura suddenly gushed forth. The expression of the ox chieftain froze. He inclined his head and stared at the sky. Who is it? 2 figures descended from the sky. When the ox chieftain saw the people who came, his expression changed. He coldly spoke, Luotian Chuan. As the sound of his voice rang out, an uproar broke out in the Divine Ox castle. The person who came was actually the original clan leader of the Luotian clan, Luotian Chuan. And today, was the day Devilox humiliated the Luotian clan, wanting to take a beauty from the Luotian clan as a concubine. His purpose of coming here was clear even without words. What was even more memorable was that before Luotian Chuan arrived, the 5 demon sovereigns had already stated their conditions. In addition, there was another heavenly deity beside Luotian Chuan. It was none other than Luotian II from the Luotian clan. The 5 demon sovereigns, Luotian Chuan and Luotian II, a total of 7 heavenly deities. And the Divine Ox clan only had a total of 7 heavenly deities. Right now, one of them was accompanying Devilox to escort the bride. In other words, there were only 6 heavenly deities in the Divine Ox castle. Naturally, among these 6 heavenly deities, the powerful Ox chieftain was present. But the other party had the original clan leader of the Luotian clan, Luotian Chuan, as well as the 5 demon sovereigns. How could they be weak? Clearly, they came here prepared. If one said that Luotian Chuan didn't join forces with the demon god Mountain, who would believe it? This is going to be a great show. Many people silently mused, feeling excitement in their hearts. Not long ago, the Divine Ox clan joined forces with the Qin clan of the Heaven region to threaten the Luotian clan, ruthlessly humiliating them. And just when the Divine Ox clan was immersed in their fantasies of dominating the desolate region, Luotian Chuan joined forces with the 5 demon sovereigns and arrived at the Divine Ox castle. When Luotian Chuan arrived, Devilox and the others were on the way back. In a phoenix carriage, Luotian Meng's beautiful eyes finally involuntarily flowed with tears. Luotian Meng. At this moment, a voice rang out in her mind. Luotian Meng's eyes flashed. Her beautiful eyes stared at the guard beside the carriage. This was someone arranged by Grandpa Wang. Earlier, it seemed that it was him who transmitted his voice to her. Don't worry, you won't marry into the Divine Ox clan. Another voice rang out in Luotian Meng's mind. Her beautiful eyes flashed with a strange light. At this moment, the dragon and phoenix carriage suddenly stopped. In the air ahead, heavenly might bore down on them. Chapter 1868. In the Divine Ox castle, the Ox chieftain stared at Luotian Chuan who just arrived. He coldly spoke, Luotian Chuan, you have already left the Luotian clan. This is a joyous occasion between our Divine Ox clan and the Luotian clan. It has nothing to do with you. Why are you here for? Clearly, the Ox chieftain felt trepidation. The arrival of 7 heavenly deities had already threatened the Divine Ox castle. I came here to announce a matter. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke, his words causing countless gazes to turn to him. Luotian Chuan came to the Divine Ox castle to announce a matter. What major matter was this? Back then when I abdicated my position as the Luotian clan leader, I have already separated myself from the Luotian clan. Now, I'm not here with the identity of the Luotian clan but rather, I've formed my own faction. There are some old friends in the Luotian clan who are willing to follow me. From today onwards, I, Luotian Chuan, shall be the 4th hegemonic power in the desolate region. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke, his words were like thunder exploding in the eardrums of everyone. Luotian Chuan wanted to establish a new hegemonic power independently. What did this mean? This meant that from today onwards, the 4th hegemonic power in the desolate region would be born. This also meant that the Luotian clan would officially split apart. They didn't doubt that Luotian Chuan had the ability to split the Luotian clan. He had been the Luotian clan leader for many years and his influence was extremely deep. Right now, there was a heavenly deity from the Luotian clan following him. The Luotian clan was once the strongest hegemonic power in the desolate region and had over 10 heavenly deities. Even if they were weakened now, if one included Luotian Chuan, they would still have 9 heavenly deities. Naturally, one of the heavenly deities was brought away by the Qin clan. On the surface, there were only 8 heavenly deities left. After Luotian Chuan formed his own faction, the Luotian clan split into 2. If they split it equally, they would still have 4 heavenly deities each. There wouldn't be a problem for them to become the 4th hegemonic power in the desolate region. The Luotian clan splitting apart should have been the most beneficial to the Divine Ox clan because they would become the strongest hegemonic power in the desolate region. However, the experts from the Divine Ox clan weren't excited because Luotian Chuan and the Demon God Mountain had joined forces. If it was in the past, such a situation wouldn't have happened. The desolate region was a tripartite balance of power, forming a balance. But now, the balance was broken. The Qin clan of the Heaven region wanted to interfere in the matters of the desolate region. This was why Luotian Chuan decided to join forces with the Demon God Mountain. So what of it? The Ox chieftain coldly asked. The heavenly deity of my Luotian clan, Luotian Shao, is willing to follow me. The people of his bloodline will all be my subordinates. From now on, this includes his granddaughter, Luotian Meng. Luotian Shao doesn't agree to Luotian Meng marrying into the Divine Ox clan. The Divine Ox clan isn't worthy. Hence, I came here to tell the Divine Ox clan that there's no need to hold the banquet. Luotian Meng won't marry. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke. In addition, what the 5 demon sovereigns said earlier is logical. The demon sovereigns don't belong to your Divine Ox clan. They belong to the Demon God Mountain. The Divine Ox clan should release them. My Divine Ox clan has already escorted Luotian Meng from the Luotian clan. She will soon return to the Divine Ox clan. How can we stop her just because you say so? The Ox chieftain coldly spoke, wanting to probe Qin Wentian. I've already ordered my men to stop them. If the Divine Ox clan is willing to hand over Luotian Meng, it's fine. But if they are unwilling, they would be making an enemy out of me, Luotian Chuan. If there are casualties, please don't mind it too much. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke. Upon hearing Luotian Chuan's words, the Ox chieftain's expression turned ashen. As expected, there were experts here. They came to the Divine Ox clan to seal the path. At this moment, a voice rang out in his mind, causing the Ox chieftain's expression to turn even more unsightly. He took out his messaging crystal and transmitted his voice. Luotian Chuan and the experts from the Demon God Mountain are currently in my Divine Ox castle. You guys can handle the matters there yourself. After putting down his messaging crystal, the Ox chieftain stared at Luotian Chuan. Luotian Chuan, are you declaring war against my Divine Ox clan? That would have to depend on the attitude of the Divine Ox clan. I've already said it. Just do what I said earlier and everything will be fine. If not, the Divine Ox clan wants to abduct my followers. In that case, it would be a declaration of war against me, Luotian Chuan. I will naturally accompany them. Luotian Chuan coldly replied. This scene was extremely similar to the time when the Divine Ox clan accompanied the Qin clan to the Luotian clan. It's just that the situation was reversed. Right now, Luotian Chuan had the initiative. Upon seeing this, everyone sighed. The Divine Ox clan insulted the Luotian clan, but Luotian Mu didn't do anything. On the other hand, the original clan leader who left the Luotian clan stood out, wanting to return a tooth for a tooth. What about the demonic beasts under my clan's control? They originally belonged to my clan. What does that have to do with you? The Ox chieftain coldly spoke. For the sake of maintaining order in the desolate region. Luotian Chuan calmly spoke. The Ox chieftain's expression turned black. What was order? Such an excuse was simply an insult to the intelligence of the Ox clan. However, it was just like how they dealt with the Luotian clan. Since the Ox clan and the Ox chieftain joined forces, they would definitely achieve their goals. Was an excuse important? His Divine Ox clan faced the same choice as the Luotian clan. They could either compromise or start a war. Today, the 10,000 clans gathered here. Initially, they thought that it would be a glorious day for the Divine Ox clan, symbolizing that their Divine Ox clan would ascend to the peak of the desolate region. But now, those beautiful fantasies seem to be filled with mockery. Luotian Chuan told the Divine Ox clan that whatever they can do, he can do as well. On the other side, at the location of the Dragon Phoenix chariot, after the heavenly might descended, 2 heavenly deities descended from the sky. Both of them were heavenly deities of the Luotian clan. Luotian Meng's grandfather, Luotian Shao, as well as Luotian Weng, who said he would accompany the Luotian clan back then, appeared in the air. The expressions of the people from the Luotian clan changed. Luotian Qiong walked out. What do you all mean by this? Luotian Qiong, Luotian Mu is willing to let the Luotian clan suffer such humiliation. However, many people in our Luotian clan are unable to endure it. We have to get revenge for this humiliation. Right now, clan leader has already arrived at the Divine Ox clan. Clan leader wants to get revenge for how the Divine Ox clan treated the Luotian clan. Luotian Shao spoke. The clan leader he spoke of naturally wasn't Luotian Mu but Luotian Chuan. Luotian Qiong instantly understood. He coldly spoke, Luotian Chuan stepping down is the will of the entire Luotian clan. Back then, you all didn't have any objections. But now, are you all planning to betray the Luotian clan? Betray? Luotian Weng sighed. Luotian Qiong, you have to ask yourself honestly. Is the Luotian clan now still the Luotian clan? Clan leader has already decided to establish a new clan. All of us are willing to follow him and restore the glory of the Luotian clan. Are you willing to follow Luotian Mu or the clan leader? Have you all gone mad? This is a betrayal, splitting the Luotian clan apart. Luotian Qiong's expression was extremely ugly to behold. There were two heavenly deities here, in addition to the disappearance of the Luotian two earlier. Could it be that all of them submitted to Luotian Chuan? If this was the case, the entire Luotian clan would be split into two. Think about it carefully. Are Luotian Mu's actions worthy of the Luotian clan? Facing the humiliation of the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan, he still wants to get rid of those who opposed him in the past. Such actions aren't worthy of being the leader of the Luotian clan. Let's not waste any more words. If you still have a bit of conscience, just step aside. Right now, I've already decided to follow the clan leader and establish my own clan. My granddaughter won't marry someone of a lower status. That vile beast isn't worthy. Luotian Shao coldly spoke. Below, on the dragon carriage, Devilox's expression turned ashen. The experts from the Divine Ox clan beside him all had looks of rage on their faces. The Luotian clan actually went back on their words. Also, they just sent a message to their chieftain saying that Luotian Chuan and the experts from the Demon God Mountain had arrived at the Divine Ox castle. You all want to go back on what the Luotian clan has agreed to. The voice of the heavenly deity from the Divine Ox clan was extremely cold. I've said it before. Right now, we have already decided to follow our clan leader and establish our own clan. We are no longer under the jurisdiction of the Luotian clan. You bunch of vile beasts are delusional. Scram back to where you came from. Luotian Zhao's words were impolite, causing the experts from the Divine Ox clan to be filled with towering rage. That heavenly deity stared at Luotian Qiong, if we don't settle this matter today, let alone the Divine Ox clan, the Qin clan is also a witness. They definitely won't let this matter rest. Let Devilox and the others leave first. We will stop the two of them. Luotian Qiong spoke. Right now, the Qin clan was divided. If they offended the Divine Ox clan and the Qin clan too much, the consequences would be even more severe. Right now, since Luotian Chuan stepped out, he would make the Divine Ox clan place this debt on Luotian Chuan and the others. As for whether they could save Luotian Meng and the others, that would depend on how much preparation Luotian Chuan and the others had made. At the very least, he wanted to draw a line between the Luotian clan on the Luotian mountain and this matter. With the foundation of the Luotian clan, even Luotian Chuan wouldn't want to implicate the Luotian mountain. Right. The heavenly deity from the Divine Ox clan spoke. After that, the two of them soared into the clouds, flying towards Luotian Shao and Luotian Weng. Continue moving forward. Devilox commanded. The dragon phoenix chariot continued forward. His gaze coldly swept towards the people from the Luotian clan. He had to be on guard against these people, but right now, no one dared to make things difficult for them. Luo Shenmeng was extremely nervous at this moment. She clenched her fists tightly. The arrival of her grandfather and Grandpa Wang seemed to have verified the words the people around her told her. However, in a battle between 4 heavenly deities, who on her side would be able to stop the people from the Divine Ox clan? The speed of the Dragon Phoenix chariot was extremely fast, soaring through the air. Behind them, terrifying heavenly might erupted forth. Over there, a deity-level battle had erupted, causing the heavens and earth to crumble. They traveled for a very long distance, but they still couldn't break away from the pressure. Devilox has been on high alert. He transmitted his voice to the experts from the Divine Ox clan, "Prepare yourselves, the other party might have some backup plans." After transmitting his voice, he spoke to the people from the Luotian clan. "It's enough for the people from the Luotian clan to arrive here. You guys can return first. Next, my Divine Ox clan will bring my 3 wives back to the Divine Ox castle." Many experts from the Luotian clan understood what Devilox meant. Many of them nodded and turned to leave. The vast majority of people were arranged by Luotian Mu. There were no relatives of the 3 beauties from the Luotian clan present. There were a few people who were arranged by Luotian Wang. An example was the guard beside Luotian Meng. He simply stood there unmoving, and there was no aura emanating from him at all. It was like everything in his body was concealed. Devilox's ruthless eyes instantly landed on that guard. Before this, he didn't care about a mere guard. But now, 2 heavenly deities appeared. In addition to the fact that this guard didn't emit any aura, it was clear that he had cultivated some sort of concealment technique. "Did you not hear my words?" Devilox coldly asked. As the sound of his voice faded, the concealment energy from that guard vanished as a surge of pressure gushed forth. Devilox frowned. After that, his expression abruptly changed. His eyes gleamed with a terrifying coldness as he icily spoke, "Qin Wentian." From that pressure, he could sense the aura of a Dao bone. Qin Wentian's eyes flashed. How did Devilox know that it was him? His countenance changed, revealing a handsome face. Luo Shenmeng also had a look of disbelief on her face when she saw Qin Wentian. Qin Zhong went to chase after Qin Wentian, and in the end, Qin Zhong died. Qin Wentian actually didn't die, and now, he appeared beside her. Chapter 1869. Luo Shenmeng instantly understood. Seems like Grandpa Wang intentionally arranged for Qin Wentian to be by her side. Grandpa Wang and Grandpa Wang both opposed Luo Shenmu and supported Luo Shenchuan. "You are actually still alive. Could it be that the Luotian clan had a hand in Qin Zhong's death?" Devilox narrowed his eyes. The things that happened today couldn't help but make him suspect. The heavenly deities of the Luotian clan suddenly betrayed Luo Shenmu and submitted to Luo Shenchuan again. Qin Wentian appeared in the wedding procession, and Luo Shenchuan personally came to the Divine Ox Castle. Clearly, this was planned meticulously, and Luo Shenwen cooperated with Luo Shenchuan as a spy. "When we were in Tiandao Sacred Academy, didn't you want to spar with me? Now, your chance has arrived." Qin Wentian's expression was cold. Devilox laughed uproariously. "Spar? Why should I spar with you? So what if you are alive? Since you dare to appear here alone, I will make sure you die here. Your Dao bone will also be mine." As he spoke, Devilox waved his hand. The experts from the Divine Ox clan surrounded Qin Wentian. He naturally wouldn't let his emotions affect his decisions and fight against Qin Wentian alone. Given Qin Wentian's strength, he still felt some trepidation. The other experts from the Luotian clan have all left. Only Qin Wentian was left behind. Devilox didn't understand what Qin Wentian's intention was. Although he didn't have any heavenly deities with him, there were many powerful world overlords and several hegemonic-level world overlords. How could Qin Wentian fight against them? Luo Shenmeng's beautiful eyes flashed with worry. Indeed, even if Grandpa Wang arranged for Qin Wentian to be here, the other party had many experts. Violent waves of demonic qi engulfed the area. Behind the experts from the Divine Ox clan, a gigantic shadow Kuei appeared, blotting out the sky and instantly sealing this space, not allowing Qin Wentian any chance to escape. However, Qin Wentian's expression was incomparably calm when he saw this scene. He released his sword-type astral soul. Right now, his astral soul was different from before. His sword domain and sword-type astral soul seemed to contain the might of the Tao. Luotian, you once saw Qin Wentian's battle and said that Qin Wentian's comprehension wasn't any weaker compared to him. This meant that Qin Wentian had already comprehended the power of a heavenly deities. Devilox, you are known as a supreme genius of the Divine Ox clan. However, your understanding of strength is still limited to the number of people you have. How laughable. Qin Wentian calmly glanced at Devilox. After that, he pulled out his sword. At this moment, the light from his sword domain fused into the demon's sword as a terrifying stillness energy appeared in the air. It felt like the space around him was about to freeze. Luotian Meng could sense this the clearest. She didn't move at all, her beautiful eyes were fixed there as she watched Qin Wentian pull out his sword. After that, he slashed out with his sword. The might of the great Tao seemed to be lacerating the sky. In an instant, a perfect arc of sword light appeared in the air. Everywhere it passed by, time and space froze. After that, the arc of sword light directly slashed apart, severing space. Qin Wentian slashed out at his original location, yet he ignored the distance and directly descended upon the surrounding space. Wherever the sword light was, the Tao would be. Devilox inclined his head and stared at the air. Over there, he only saw a spatial tear appearing. Everywhere the arc of sword light passed by, the bodies of the Divine Ox clan's experts would be directly slashed apart. The gigantic Kuei Ox shadow directly crumbled apart. The sword slashed out, cleaving apart space, splitting the heavens and earth apart. This seemingly ordinary sword strike contained too much energy within it, transforming into a supreme sword strike. Even for hegemonic level existences, they would still be slain by a single slash. At this moment, Devilox knew how great the disparity between him and Qin Wentian was. There was no way to make up for it. Qin Wentian's actions didn't stop. He once used the Tao of Swords to slash apart the body of a heavenly deity, Qin Zhong. Even heavenly deities could be killed. In addition, after that battle, his comprehension and usage of strength grew even stronger. How could world overlords block a single sword strike from him? Sword light flashed once more. Within his astral soul, numerous ancient sword runes appeared, floating in the air. The experts from the Divine Ox clan were all slain one after another. In just an instant, all of them died. Other than Devilox, no one else survived. Devilox's countenance turned pale. At this moment, he felt terror. He took out his messaging crystal, but at the instant he did so, Qin Wentian directly appeared before him. Time and space seemed to freeze, Devilox's movements stiffened. He used his own strength to resist the power of time and space, but at the same time, a beam of light directly pierced through his messaging crystal. The sword light sealed this space. Only Qin Wentian and Devilox were here. Even Luotian Meng couldn't see the situation inside because the thing he was about to do wasn't that elegant. At this moment, an incomparably resplendent light erupted from Devilox's body as a heaven-shaking battle intent radiated from him. With a thunderous roar, the frozen space seemed to collapse. Devilox transformed into a gigantic Kuei Ox, incomparably baleful. His body radiated a treasured light, and just the battle aura he exuded was sufficient to crush the heavens and earth. Qin Wentian, if you kill me, how can you still live? Devilox coldly spoke. I've already killed Qin Zhong. So what if you are one more? Qin Wentian calmly spoke. The terror in Devilox's eyes grew even more intense. Qin Zhong was killed by Qin Wentian. How can this be possible? Qin Wentian could already kill heavenly deities. Seems like although you are born with a Tao bone, it's still the Tao bone of the Battle Saint tribe. Qin Wentian calmly spoke. A look of shock flashed in Devilox's eyes. The Battle Saint tribe was a very ancient existence. It wasn't strange for Qin Wendian to know about it through ancient records. But why did he immediately say that it was the Dao Bone of the Battle Saint tribe when he sensed the Dao Bone's might? What relationship do you have with the Battle Saint tribe? Devilox coldly asked. There's no need for you to know this. However, after so many years have passed, it's about time for your Dao Bone to return to its rightful owner. Didn't you always want my Dao Bone? Back in the world of reincarnation, you wanted to ambush me and snatch it away. Today, you have a chance. The Dao Bone in Qin Wendian's body also gushed forth. Beams of light blasted onto Devilox's gigantic body, causing his tyrannical aura to almost freeze. He let out a heaven-shaking roar of rage, wanting to break free from Qin Wendian's Heavenheart mandate. Numerous gigantic Kuei Ox shadows appeared, wanting to destroy everything. But in this space, their movements were all slowed down. They basically couldn't unleash their might. Staring at Qin Wendian walking closer, a look of terror appeared on Devilox's face. Don't kill me. I can agree to any request you have. There are many treasures in my Divine Ox clan, I can use them to exchange for my life. Qin Wendian continued walking forward, not wavering at all. Devilox was extremely despicable. Back then in the world of reincarnation, Devilox sneak attacked Qin Wendian, wanting to dig out his Dao Bone. Leaving aside the fact that Devilox's words weren't attractive to Qin Wendian, even if they were, they wouldn't be trustworthy. Staring at Qin Wendian getting closer, Devilox's eyes were filled with boundless terror. He was a supreme character of the Divine Ox clan and had a Dao Bone in his body. When he unleashed his full strength, he would be extremely powerful. But today, he was actually going to die here and his Dao Bone was going to be dug out. When he thought of this, he couldn't help but feel a sense of terror gushing forth. Sword light flashed, blotting out this space. In the sealed space, Luotian Meng stared ahead, she had no idea what was going on. But very swiftly, Qin Wendian walked out. His white robes were spotless as he directly landed on the Phoenix chariot. Destroy the messaging crystals on you guys. These dragons and phoenixes followed Qin Wendian's instructions and destroyed their messaging crystals. They naturally understood Qin Wendian's meaning. He was worried that they would inform the Divine Ox clan of this matter. Head to the Demon God Mountain. Seeing them destroying their messaging crystals, Qin Wendian spoke again. After they arrived at the Demon God Mountain, the Demon God Mountain would naturally deal with them. If they were enslaved by the Divine Ox clan, they could cultivate on the Demon God Mountain in the future. The dragon and phoenix chariot changed directions and flew towards the Demon God Mountain. Luotian Meng was still sitting on the chariot, staring at the white-robed figure on the phoenix. Her beautiful eyes flashed with gratitude as she softly spoke, "Thank you." From the time when the heavenly deities intercepted them, to the time when deity-level battles erupted, to the time when Devilox and the others died, it actually wasn't a long period of time. The four heavenly deities were still fighting, destroying the heavens and earth. It was only until Luotian Wang and Luotian Xiao received a voice transmission that Qin Wendian and Luotian Qiong were saved that they continued to delay the Divine Ox clan. At the very least, they couldn't allow them to chase after Luotian Meng. What are you doing? Devilox is dead. Not long after, the Ox chieftain's enraged roar rang out in the mind of the Divine Ox clan's heavenly deity. That heavenly deity's body trembled as his heavenly might fluctuated unstably. His countenance turned ashen as he stared at the two heavenly deities before him. Who killed Devilox? He roared in rage. Luotian Qiong was shocked. Devilox was killed. As expected, Luotian Chuan still had a backup plan. I told you guys to hand over Devilox and leave, but you guys didn't listen and wanted to start a war. Since this is the case, you guys should be prepared to pay the price. Luotian Wen calmly spoke. The Divine Ox clan's heavenly deity wanted to continue fighting, but the Ox chieftain's voice rang out in his mind again, return to the Divine Ox castle immediately. The Divine Ox clan's heavenly deity gave up on fighting. He turned and sped towards the direction of the Divine Ox castle. Luotian Zhao's silhouette flashed as he chased after him. Luo Shenwen remained in his original location, staring at Luo Shenqiong. Luo Shenqiong took out his messaging crystal and reported everything that happened to Luo Shenmu. After Luo Shenmu learned of this, his roar of rage rang out from the Luoshan mountain. Luoshan Chuan, you want to destroy the Luoshan clan? Not long after he became the clan leader, the Luoshan clan was humiliated. After that, Luoshan Chuan split the Luoshan clan. Everything was out of his control. He didn't know what would happen to the Luoshan clan in the future. Return to the Divine Ox Castle immediately. Luo Shenmu replied to Luo Shenqiong. Since things have already happened, it was about time for them to settle everything. At the very least, the Luoshan Mountain had to express their attitude. This matter was done by Luoshan Chuan and had nothing to do with the Luoshan clan. If not, the Luoshan clan that was split apart would be in an even more passive position. Since Luoshan Chuan did this, he naturally had to bear all the consequences. He didn't want the Luoshan clan to be implicated. Chapter 1870. In the Divine Ox Castle, after the Ox Chieftain learned that Devilox was killed, a heavenly might erupted forth from him. He immediately sent a message for the Divine Ox clan's heavenly deity to return. A low roar rang out as his body expanded in size. Behind him, the shadow of the Kuei Ox towered into the sky, radiating a baleful aura that enveloped the entire Divine Ox Castle. The people who came here to attend the banquet were all stunned. They stared in shock at the Ox Chieftain, who was suddenly enraged. Before this, when Luo Shenchuan and the Demon Sovereign stated their conditions, the Ox Chieftain wasn't so violent. But now, he seemed to be on the verge of going berserk. Luo Shenchuan, you actually sent people to kill Devilox? The Ox Chieftain's voice boomed out like thunder in the minds of everyone, causing their hearts to pound. Their eardrums felt like they were about to rupture, feeling extremely unbearable. They had to incline their heads and stare at the Ox Chieftain's body before they could see his rage. He had transformed into a true demon god, unleashing his anger. Devilox was actually killed by someone. This person who inherited the Dao bone of the Divine Ox clan was the treasure of the Divine Ox clan. No one could touch him. Killing him was equivalent to challenging the bottom line of the Divine Ox clan. No wonder the Ox Chieftain would erupt forth with such heaven-shaking might. In that case, I've already sent people to fetch Luo Shenmeng. Your Divine Ox clan didn't agree. Luo Shenchuan coldly spoke. His body grew larger, becoming as large as the Ox Chieftain. He radiated a supreme might, like the true sovereign of all demons. Countless demonic beasts felt his aura and wanted to prostrate themselves on the ground. The Luoshan clan possessed the bloodline that all demons in the desolate region wanted to obtain. It was precisely because of this that the Divine Ox clan always wanted to obtain the women of the Luoshan clan. I've already announced that Luo Shenmeng will leave the Luoshan clan and submit to me. Your Divine Ox clan actually still dared to forcefully abduct her. Do you still have me in your eyes? Luo Shenchuan's voice was cold, his aura shocking the heavens. So what if Devilox died? It's your Divine Ox clan that didn't do as I said. Although this is within my expectations, how can you show weakness in a confrontation between heavenly deities? Not only the Ox Chieftain would be enraged. The Ox Chieftain didn't completely lose his rationality. He knew that if they fought against the Divine Ox Castle, firstly in terms of strength, they wouldn't have any advantage. Secondly, if the battlefield was the Divine Ox Castle, it would only be a calamity for their Divine Ox clan. Once a deity-level battle erupted, he didn't believe that the Divine Ox clan would show mercy. The Ox Chieftain stared fixedly at Luo Shenchuan. The highest bloodline talent of the Luoshan clan was the rearing divinity, able to summon a myriad of demonic beasts. In addition to Luo Shenchuan's strength, if they fought, the Ox Chieftain wouldn't be able to gain any advantage. I can agree to your conditions and no longer pursue the matter of Luo Shenmeng. Similarly, I can also release the enslaved demonic beasts. However, you have to return the corpse of Devilox to me. The Ox Chieftain spoke. As the sound of his voice faded, countless people were shocked. The Ox Chieftain actually made a concession. Seems like to him, Devilox's corpse was more important than anything else. In fact, even if the Divine Ox clan had to suffer humiliation, he still wanted to obtain the corpse of Devilox first. Everyone in the desolate region knew that there was a Dao bone in Devilox's body. Also, those who read the ancient records knew that this was the Battle Saint bone of the Battle Saint tribe. Once, the Battle Saint tribe relied on this supreme inheritance to become one of the peak powers in the desolate region. They had always been suppressing the Divine Ox clan and even forced the Divine Ox clan to migrate to avoid calamity. This lasted until the Divine Ox clan stole the Battle Saint bone, causing the Battle Saint tribe to lose their most important inheritance and started to decline. It was recorded in the ancient records that the Battle Saint bone was simply too important to the Battle Saint tribe. With the Battle Saint bone, the talent of the descendants of the Divine Ox clan would all rise. With the inheritance of the Battle Saint tribe, it wasn't something an ordinary Dao bone could compare to. If not, the Battle Saint tribe wouldn't have gradually declined after losing the Battle Saint bone. The effect of the Dao bone in the body of the Divine Ox clan had already weakened. However, the Divine Ox clan still viewed it as a supreme treasure. Right now, even if they had to suffer humiliation and temporarily compromise, the Ox chieftain still wanted to obtain the Dao bone back first. Not pursue this matter. I haven't said that I won't pursue what your Divine Ox clan has done. Luotian Chuan coldly replied. As for releasing all the greater demons, this is the idea of the 5 demon sovereigns. This isn't something that can be used to negotiate. Today, the Divine Ox clan has to hand over the Dao bone no matter what. The corpse of Devilox still wanted the Dao bone back. The Divine Ox clan humiliated the Luotian clan, it wouldn't be too much for them to collect some interest, right? In addition, Qin Wendian volunteered to do this. Qin Wendian told him that the Dao bone in Devilox's body was extremely useful to him. This was why Luotian Chuan arranged for Luotian Weng to bring the disguised Qin Wendian back to the Luotian mountain. After speaking, Luotian Chuan took out his messaging crystal and pretended to ask a question. A moment later, his expression turned heavy, incomparably cold. Luotian Xiao told me that back then, they were dealing with the heavenly deities of your Divine Ox clan as well as Luotian Qiong. Devilox ignored Luotian Zhao's words and still brought Luotian Meng to the Divine Ox clan, even chasing the people of the Luotian clan away. Right now, Luotian Meng and 2 other maidens of my Luotian clan are missing. All of this was done by your Devilox clan. Shouldn't your Divine Ox clan give me an explanation? You. The Ox chieftain roared in rage. Luotian Chuan actually didn't want to admit that he was the one who did it and even retorted, saying that Luotian Meng went missing. Could it be that this wasn't arranged by him? The people below were speechless. Heavenly deities were truly shameless when playing tricks. They naturally wouldn't believe Luotian Chuan's words. Clearly, he was the one who ordered his subordinates to do this. He didn't want to return the Dao bone, but he didn't want to admit it. What does the Divine Ox clan want to do? Start a war. Let's play with them then. Let's fight then. The Ox chieftain roared in rage. He soared up into the air, but Luotian Chuan merely coldly glanced at him. For those who have nothing to do with this, just leave. The Dao is emotionless. If you are implicated, don't blame me for dying together with the Divine Ox clan. Luotian Chuan stood at his original location and stared at the Ox chieftain. Wanting to fight in the air? Why? When the Divine Ox clan arrived at the Luotian mountain, they weren't so polite at all. Seems like the Divine Ox clan doesn't intend to hand over the enslaved demonic beasts. The Kuan sovereign coldly spoke. Abruptly, he reverted to his true form. An incomparably gigantic rock appeared in the air, blotting out the sun. His wings spread open and spanned across 10,000 miles. It was incomparably majestic and tyrannical. A stifling wave of demonic chi engulfed the area. His wings were like the sharpest divine weapon in the world, capable of slicing through everything. He slowly flapped his wings, but although they seemed very slow, they still caused a destructive storm below. The Divine Ox clan was in chaos. The expressions of countless experts changed. If a deity-level battle really erupted, they would be caught in the crossfire. Chieftain. Many people from the Divine Ox clan stared at their chieftain as terror appeared on their faces. It wasn't realistic to say that they weren't afraid. No matter humans or demons, they would all have a backbone. But in the face of life, what would they want? Dignity or life? Back then when the Qin clan and Divine Ox clan came to the Luotian Mountain, could it be that the people on the Luotian Mountain weren't afraid? There were some who were unwilling to be humiliated and wanted to fight. But what about the others? Could it be that they were waiting for death? Who would easily gamble with their lives? Right now, the Divine Ox clan was facing the same choice. The Kun sovereign has already reverted to his true form. If you feel that I don't dare to start a war, you can give it a try then. Naturally, if you dare to do so, you must have the advantage in terms of strength. It was so back then when you came to the Luotian Mountain, it was the same today. On Luotian Chuan's side, it wasn't as simple as having an additional heavenly deity. Also, the combat prowess of the 5 demon sovereigns wasn't something ordinary heavenly deities could compare to. What you guys did to my Divine Ox clan today, are you not afraid that I will return the favor to the Luotian clan and Demon God Mountain? The Ox chieftain roared in rage. Old Ox, I should be the one saying this to you. Back then when you came to the Luotian Mountain, did you not expect such a day would come? Naturally, you can still go to the Luotian Mountain and Demon God Mountain in the future. But unless the Divine Ox clan can kill us all, we can still bathe the Divine Ox clan in blood. Luotian Chuan domineeringly replied. Chieftain, we originally didn't come here to start a war. We only came here to let the demonic beasts return to where they should be. This is all for the sake of maintaining order in the desolate region. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign laughed. The Ox chieftain wanted to curse out loud. Shameless to the extreme. The wedding can no longer be held. Chieftain still hasn't said anything. Could it be that the banquet still wants to continue? Do you want to treat us to a few cups of wine? I don't have such an interest. The dragon sovereign radiated a tyrannical aura as she spoke. The Ox chieftain glanced at these people. After that, he closed his eyes and spoke, Fine, I will do as you all wish. In that case, many thanks to chieftain. The Kun sovereign calmly spoke. The Divine Ox clan compromised. The hearts of everyone trembled. A deity-level battle ultimately didn't erupt. Luotian Chuan was right. This matter was started by the Divine Ox clan and the Qin clan. Luotian Chuan was merely returning the favor. However, given the personality of the Divine Ox clan, they most probably wouldn't let this matter rest. In the future, the desolate region wouldn't be peaceful anymore. Back then, in order to avoid calamity, the Divine Ox clan even hid in a particle world, enduring the humiliation and eventually destroyed the Battle Saint tribe. Right now, even the Dao bone of the Divine Ox clan was seized. The Divine Ox clan could only temporarily swallow this anger, but they definitely wouldn't give up so easily. After that, the Divine Ox clan issued an eviction order, chasing away all the experts from the other races. After that, they handed all the greater demons over to the 5 demon sovereigns. When the heavenly deities of the Divine Ox clan, Luotian Qiong, and Luotian Shao arrived at the Divine Ox clan, everything had already concluded. Luotian Qiong sighed in his heart. He didn't expect that the humiliation the Luotian clan suffered would actually be avenged by the original clan leader, Luotian Chuan. He felt some bitterness in his heart. But standing from Luotian Mu's standpoint, he couldn't blame Luotian Chuan. Could it be that he wanted to watch as the Luotian mountain was raised to flat ground? On the Demon God Mountain, the 5 demon sovereigns led the greater demons back. Many of the demonic beasts were extremely excited. Although their statuses in the Divine Ox clan weren't considered low, they still had to depend on the charity of others. Over there, only the members of the Divine Ox clan were supreme existences. As for the Demon God Mountain, it was truly a paradise for demonic beasts. Now that they came here, as long as they could become demon gods, they would be able to become demon sovereigns. Awesome! The heaven-devouring old ancestor heartily spoke. After making arrangements for the demonic beasts, they arrived at the peak of an ancient mountain. He then spoke to Luo Shenchuan. This time around, our demon god mountain has gained many demonic beasts. As for you, Luo Shenchuan, you didn't gain anything at all. I've gained a lot. Luo Shenchuan laughed. Avenging the humiliation Luo Shenchuan suffered was the most important thing. In addition, Qin Wentian obtained the Dao Bone. At this moment, a few figures descended. It was none other than Qin Wentian and Luo Shenmeng. Luo Shenyu and Luo Shenlei also came. They all knew about what happened in the Divine Ox Castle. Grandfather. Qin Wentian walked towards Luo Shenchuan. Luo Shenchuan nodded to him. Grandfather, this time around, we finally managed to vent our anger and redeem the humiliation we suffered in the past. Luo Shenlei was somewhat excited. Later, don't forget that there's still the Qin clan. Qin Wentian spoke. Luo Shenlei's beautiful eyes froze. Luo Shenchuan's eyes also flashed with coldness. The Qin clan was the true culprit. Right now, the Qin clan brought away a heavenly deity and 10 world overlords of their Luoshan clan. This debt wouldn't be so easily repaid. Chapter 1871. The strength of the Qin clan was much stronger compared to the Divine Ox clan. Even when the Luoshan clan was at their peak, they were already at a disadvantage when fighting against the Qin clan. Let alone now, even with the 5 demon sovereigns, the Luoshan clan's strength was still insufficient. Luo Shenchuan naturally wanted to get revenge for this debt. However, it wouldn't be so easy. They headed to the Divine Ox Castle because they were stronger. If they headed to the Qin clan wouldn't hesitate to start a war and might even leave a few heavenly deities behind. Clearly, this was impossible to happen. The 5 demon sovereigns of the Demon God Mountain wouldn't do such a thing. Luo Shenchuan and Luo Shenlei's expressions turned solemn when they heard Qin Wentian's words. Luo Shenhan and the 10 world overlords were most probably imprisoned in the Qin clan. They had no idea what they would be facing. Grandfather, senior demon sovereign, I'm preparing to leave the desolate region. Qin Wentian suddenly spoke. You are leaving just like that? Luo Shenchuan's eyes flashed. Grandfather, you have to be careful in the desolate region. Qin Wentian nodded and reminded. Now that the Luoshan clan was divided, the Divine Ox clan wouldn't let this matter rest. The Qin clan also wanted to capture Luo Shenchuan. In the future, the desolate region wouldn't be peaceful. We will hide in the shadows, you don't have to worry. But you? Luo Shenchuan was a little worried. I'm fine. Senior Demon Sovereign has already given the order in the Demon God Mountain. No one knows where I went after Qin Zhong died. I've also instructed Luo Shenmeng and the others that no one will know that I was the one who killed Devilox. I'm a missing person after all. Qin Wentian smiled. The heaven-devouring Demon Sovereign nodded, don't worry about this. The Demon God Mountain will definitely not leak out any news. It's just that little fellow. I'm extremely happy that Senior likes that little fellow. Let him stay by Senior's side to cultivate. I will settle things for him. Qin Wentian spoke. The heaven-devouring demon sovereign nodded. He wanted to keep Little Rascal by his side and nurture him. Little Rascal would be the 6th demon sovereign of the Demon God Mountain. Luo Shenlei felt some reluctance, but she also knew that her elder brother wouldn't be safe if he stayed in the desolate region. It would be better for him to leave. Qin Wentian stayed another night on the Demon God Mountain and chatted with Luo Shenlei. The 3 beauties of the Luoshan clan also came to thank him and persuaded Little Rascal. After that, Qin Wentian departed on the 2nd day with Luo Shenchuan escorting him. The desolate region was about to usher in a period of turmoil. However, all of this had nothing to do with Qin Wentian. Before becoming a heavenly deity, he had no way to decide the future of the desolate region. Time flowed by. The incident at the Divine Ox Castle caused a huge commotion in the desolate region. News of this spread to all the peak powers in the supreme ancient immortal realms. There were people mocking the divine Ox Castle, saying that before they had the strength to dominate the desolate region, they learned from the Qin clan and humiliated the Luotian clan. In the end, they were asking for their own humiliation. The Qin clan was so powerful that the Luotian clan didn't dare to take revenge. However, the divine Ox clan was clearly weaker. Not only did they not obtain the bloodline of the Luotian clan, they even lost their Dao bones. Over at the Luotian clan, many people transmitted their voice transmissions to the heavenly deities, persuading Luotian Chuan to return and take control of the Luotian clan once again. Luotian Chuan rejected. Right now, the Luotian clan could be considered to have officially split apart. If he returned, he would still be fighting for power. He might as well stay in the shadows of the desolate region. In that case, the divine Ox clan wouldn't dare to act against the Luotian clan. Luotian Chuan didn't return. There were people who wanted to follow Luotian Chuan, but Luotian Chuan still rejected. Right now, the Luotian clan was in the shadows. The fewer people there were, the more convenient it would be for them to act. If they were like the Luotian mountain, having a strong foundation, it would be more dangerous. The divine Ox clan was searching for the identity of the person who killed Devilox in the past. Back then, the heavenly deities who followed Luotian Chuan all appeared in public. It was impossible for them to have participated in the assassination. Also, after their investigation, the vast majority of experts from the Luotian mountain were chased away by the divine Ox clan. At most, only 1 or 2 remained. However, the strength of Devilox's group at that time definitely wasn't weak. In fact, it could be said that they were very strong. Without heavenly deities, who would be able to deal with them? This matter also became a secret. It was impossible for the divine Ox clan to find an answer. As for the Dao bones, they naturally wouldn't be able to find them as well. Right now, the person and item they were searching for were already in the lower world, the Azure Mystic Immortal Realms. After a long journey, Qin Wentian returned to Azure Mystic. In Azure Mystic, after Qin Wentian returned, he directly headed to the ancient battlefield in ancient Azure Mystic. His family and friends were all cultivating there. In the ancient battlefield, many experts from the Battle Saint tribe gathered together. They felt some bewilderment, they didn't know why the Saint Lord would summon them. Also, this was the first time the Saint Lord summoned all of them. Does anyone know why the Saint Lord summoned them? Someone asked in bewilderment. Everyone shook their heads, indicating that they didn't understand. Qiyu's eyes flashed, he also didn't understand. He understood Qin Wentian's character very well. If it wasn't for something major happening, he would definitely not summon the Battle Saint tribe. Also, he only summoned them. After all, the number of people who followed Qin Wentian now was far from just the Battle Saint tribe alone. Qiyu was Emperor Yu back then. But naturally now, he couldn't be referred to as Emperor Yu anymore. Because, he has already entered the World Overlord realm. Although he was just an ordinary World Overlord, he finally managed to take this step. It wasn't easy at all. At this moment, space fluctuated as a spatial gate appeared. After that, a figure walked out from it. It was none other than Qin Wentian. The Qin Wentian now was no longer the young man who entered the God Hand Mountain Manor, nor was he the young Saint Lord who entered the secret realm of the Battle Saint tribe. He was a hegemonic level world overlord, a true supreme expert. Just by standing there, he gave off a feeling that he was a towering mountain, as though he was one with the heavens and earth. The Saint Lord of this generation might very well be able to bring their Battle Saint tribe to an unprecedented height. Saint Lord. Everyone bowed and called out, all of them were filled with respect towards Qin Wentian. Right now, Qin Wentian wasn't merely a Saint Lord, he was also the Heaven Empyrean of Azure Mystic, a hegemonic level world overlord. Any identity of his was worthy of their respect. Even in the supreme ancient immortal realms, he could shake the heavens and earth with his might. Qin Wentian nodded lightly, it has already been many years since I became the Saint Lord of the Battle Saint tribe. There have always been members of the Battle Saint tribe following me around, but I've never done anything for the Battle Saint tribe. Right now, I'm sure all of you should know who your enemies are. When he was in the Tiandao Sacred Academy, he had already told the experts of the Battle Saint tribe around him. Saint Lord, the reason why our Battle Saint tribe can be so powerful today is all because of you. This far surpasses what we have done for you. Someone spoke, disagreeing with Qin Wentian's words. Many people nodded their heads, they still knew how to be grateful. Without Qin Wentian, let alone world overlords, they didn't even know when they would be able to reach the Empyrean realm. And now, there were already several world overlords in the Battle Saint tribe. That's right, Saint Lord, there's no need to say this. As for our enemies, we all know about them. They are from the Divine Ox clan of the Desolate region. Qin Wentian nodded. He then continued, I just came from the Desolate region and there's a conflict between me and the Divine Ox clan. Saint Lord, how is the strength of the Divine Ox clan now? One of the three hegemonic powers of the Desolate region, the Divine Ox clan. They have 7 demon gods. Qin Wentian and the people of the Battle Saint tribe had ugly expressions on their faces. All of them felt some despair. To them, 7 heavenly deities were simply out of reach. Revenge seemed to be too far away. This time around, I brought back an item from the Divine Ox clan. Qin Wentian spoke. After that, he waved his hand and in an instant, a treasure light flashed. In the air before Qin Wentian, a resplendent golden rune bone could be seen flowing with boundless blood-colored runic lines, causing the rune bone to be extremely resplendent. At the instant the light radiated, the experts of the Battle Saint tribe all felt the blood in their bodies churning. Strands of blood-colored light directly seeped into their bodies, as though they wanted to form a connection with the rune bone floating in the air. A feeling of a bloodline connection appeared. The expressions of the experts from the Battle Saint tribe all changed as their blood surged. Their battle intent involuntarily gushed forth as their hearts pounded madly. They could sense that this rune bone belonged to their Battle Saint tribe. It was like this rune bone was originally part of their bodies. Battle Saint bone. A solemn voice rang out from the mouth of an expert from the Battle Saint tribe. That's right, although this was the first time they saw it, they could sense it. This was the inheritance of their Battle Saint tribe, the Battle Saint bone. Right now, the Saint Lord had actually brought it back. The eyes of many people from the Battle Saint tribe turned red. The reason why the Battle Saint tribe declined was because the Battle Saint bone was stolen. After countless years, the Battle Saint bone finally appeared before their eyes and was brought back by the Saint Lord. Only they themselves could understand how they felt. The heavens blessed our tribe, allowing us to obtain the protection of the Saint Lord. An old man sighed and actually knelt on the ground, kowtowing to Qin Wentian. He had an Empyrean cultivation base but he was so emotional that his eyes turned red. Who wouldn't feel greedy for such a bone? Yet the Saint Lord actually took it out. Clearly, he wanted to return it to the Battle Saint tribe. Saint Lord. More and more people knelt on the ground, they were so emotional that their bodies were trembling. At this moment, their emotions were more sincere compared to before. The Saint Lord had brought back the Saint Bone for them. There's no need to be like this. Everyone, get up. Qin Wentian spoke. A formless energy lifted the bodies of everyone. He stared at the reactions of the Battle Saint tribe as he sighed in his heart. From the day they were born, they had a mission on their shoulders, bearing this memory that was engraved deep in their hearts. Now, they finally saw the lost Battle Saint bone and could clearly sense the connection between them and the Battle Saint tribe. No wonder they were so emotional. Seems like although the Saint bone was born in Devilox's body, it ultimately still belonged to the Battle Saint tribe. Just by floating in the air, it was able to form a resonance with the bodies of the experts from the Battle Saint tribe. Don't be agitated first. There's only a single Saint bone and there are so many of you. Who should it belong to exactly? Qin Wentian asked. The expressions of the experts from the Battle Saint tribe stiffened. Honestly speaking, since the Saint bone appeared and formed a resonance with their bodies, which of them didn't want it? If they said they didn't want it, they would be lying. However, there was only a single Saint bone. Who would take it? We will listen to Saint Lord's decision. That Empyrean old man spoke again. Everyone nodded. The Saint Lord was the one who brought the Tao bone back. Also, they should listen to the orders of the Saint Lord. They should listen to Qin Wendian's decision. Since this is the case, don't hate me for not obtaining the Saint Bone. Qin Wendian spoke again, he didn't hesitate. How can we? The Saint Bone has returned and will be passed down from generation to generation. As long as it isn't snatched away again, it will belong to our tribe forever. Also, we will choose the successor. We only hope that one day, the Battle Saint tribe would be able to take back everything that belongs to us. The old man's voice was solemn. Many people nodded. We will listen to Saint Lord's decision. Okay. Since this is the case, I won't be polite then. Qin Wendian nodded. Qiyu, now that your cultivation base is at the World Overlord realm, you can inherit the Battle Saint Bone. I hope that the Saint Bone in your body would be able to release its radiance. Qin Wendian chose Emperor Yu. One of the reasons was that Emperor Yu was a world overlord. The other reason was because Emperor Yu had shown kindness to him before. Back in Azure Mystic, Emperor Yu had participated in the Emperor-ranked battles between the peak powers for him several times. Naturally, he wanted to repay this kindness. But who wouldn't have any selfish thoughts? Chapter 1872. Qiyu inclined his head, staring at Qin Wendian. His heart wasn't calm at all. He drew in a deep breath, he still remembered the first time he met Qin Wendian. It was at the God Hand Mountain Manor. At that time, Qin Wendian was still a junior at the Immortal Foundation realm. He accompanied Nam Huang Yunshi and the others to the God Hand Mountain Manor to search for ancient Emperor Yi's inheritance. After that, he became the Saint Lord of the Battle Saint tribe, and after that, he secretly protected this young Saint Lord many times. However, that was merely him completing his mission. Him at that time would never have imagined that there would be such a day today. That young man had already grown to such a level and would only grow stronger in the future. He seized the Battle Saint Bone back and was preparing to bestow it to him. Saint Lord. Qiyu didn't know what to say. He only saw Qin Wendian smiling. Uncle Yu, now, this Battle Saint Bone has finally returned to its rightful owner. You have the bloodline of the Battle Saint tribe flowing in your veins, it should be very easy for you to merge with it. Back then, the Time Tao Bone that the Time King imparted to him was already able to merge with his body. There was no need to talk about how the Battle Saint Bone resonated with the people of the Battle Saint tribe when it appeared, like they were connected by blood. Qin Wendian waved his hand as the Tao Bone flew towards Emperor Yu. When Qiyu heard how Qin Wendian addressed him, his heart heated up. He nodded solemnly and stared ahead. After that, specks of light radiated from his body as his blood surged. Numerous bloodlines shot out from his body, gradually enveloping the Tao Bone. That Tao Bone seemed to have sensed something and directly transformed into a beam of light that drilled into Qiyu's body. In the next instant, the blood in Qiyu's body churned frenziedly, akin to overturning the seas and rivers. His blood was like a raging ocean, roaring and crashing into his body, cleansing his flesh and blood. His body was undergoing a miraculous transformation bit by bit. It was as though his blood was about to be reconstructed and his bones were about to transform. A startling battle intent gushed forth from his body. Qiyu roared, as though he was enduring an intense pain. He closed his eyes and clenched his fists tightly as the green veins on his body bulged, undergoing a shocking transformation. Qin Wendian stared at Qiyu. The experts of the Battle Saint tribe were all staring at Qiyu as well. Was this the might of the Saint Bone? The Saint Bone that belonged to their Battle Saint tribe had returned, erupting forth with an incomparable might. Time slowly flowed by as Qiyu's body underwent a transformation as well. His long hair turned even darker, as black as ink. His skin seemed to have been reborn, radiating a jade-white glow. The contours of his face became even more distinct and his countenance also became younger. His entire demeanor was also undergoing a transformation. At this moment, a dazzling light erupted forth. A rune actually appeared in Qiyu's body. This rune was incomparably resplendent, containing the might of a Tao within it. It expanded in size and fused together with Chi Yu's body. After that, countless runes of the Battle Saint tribe floated out as a battle intent soared up into the clouds, radiating outwards in a radius of 10,000 miles. Qin Wendian and the experts from the Battle Saint tribe only felt a terrifying force bearing down on them. Their bodies were involuntarily being pushed back by this force. Qin Wendian's eyes flashed. His body similarly gushed forth with a powerful might, resisting that pushing force. Only then was he able to stabilize his footing. Qi Yu inclined his head. His eyes opened and in an instant, the runes of the Battle Saint tribe soared up into the clouds, wanting to fight against the heavens. Qi Yu opened his mouth and let out a roar, causing the clouds in the sky to disperse. The entire space trembled and many experts from the Battle Saint tribe directly fell to the ground as the qi and blood in their bodies churned wildly. However, there was no resentment in their eyes, only a fanaticism. Was this the might of the Saint Bone? The Saint Bone of their Battle Saint tribe? Finally, that aura gradually calmed down as the boundless light returned to Qi Yu's body. His eyes were like lightning, sharper than before. He stood there like a god of battle, unexcelled in the world. Saint Lord! Qi Yu's eyes flickered with excitement as he called out to Qin Wendian. Even though he underwent a transformation, his attitude towards Qin Wendian hadn't changed at all. The Saint Lord had given him everything. After the Saint Bone entered his body, he finally understood how strong the Saint Bone of their Battle Saint tribe was. This was something that belonged to their tribe. Even if the Divine Ox tribe snatched it away and passed it on to their descendants, only by returning it would it be able to unleash its true radiance. Uncle Qi, how do you feel? Qin Wendian smiled as he asked. Qi Yu had truly undergone a transformation. If it wasn't for him personally seeing the changes in Qi Yu's body, or if it was a long time since they last met, Qin Wendian wouldn't even dare to recognize him. Qi Yu's eyes flashed with a radiant smile. I finally understand why the Battle Saint tribe weakened after losing the Saint Bone. Only a Saint Bone can contain the true Battle Saint art. This isn't merely a Dao Bone. Qin Wendian's eyes flashed. Seems like there were more miraculous things above the Battle Saint Bone. However, he didn't want to ask about this. As long as Qi Yu could become stronger, it was already sufficient. He could only hope that the Battle Saint tribe would be able to return to their former glory. The experts of the Battle Saint tribe all had expressions of excitement on their faces. Seems like Qi Yu was no longer the Qi Yu of the past. He had truly undergone a complete transformation. Saint Lord, the people of our tribe have always followed you. However, within our tribe, there hasn't been a Battle Saint tribe leader yet. Is it possible for us to appoint Qi Yu as our tribe leader? An expert from the Battle Saint tribe suggested. Sure, if Uncle Qi has no objections. Qin Wendian smiled. Qi Yu stared at his tribe members. His eyes were filled with anticipation. Right now, he was the future hope of the Battle Saint tribe. Right. Qi Yu nodded. He was willing to become the Battle Saint tribe leader. He hoped that under his leadership, the Battle Saint tribe would be able to return to its former glory. After his transformation, he suddenly felt extremely confident. In addition, the Saint Lord was still around. Alright, you guys continue chatting. I will leave first. Qin Wendian stared at the people of the Battle Saint tribe as a smile appeared on his face. After that, his silhouette flashed as he directly departed. Helping the Battle Saint tribe to retrieve the Battle Saint Bone could also be considered fulfilling one of his wishes. In the future, he would have to see how far Qi Yu could reach. After Qin Wendian left, he went to the side of Qing and Qingcheng. Qing Er's beautiful eyes had a strange look in them as she stared at Qin Wendian. This caused Qin Wendian to blink. Qingcheng, why are you looking at me like that? You just returned and you immediately gathered the Battle Saint tribe. Did many things happen in the desolate region? This fellow transmitted his voice to her, telling her that everything was fine. However, she naturally wouldn't believe him. Even if there was danger, Qin Wendian wouldn't tell her about it. Silly lass. Qin Wendian stared at Mo Qingcheng, his gaze filled with gentleness. He gently stroked her face. This time around, some things did happen in the desolate region. I met with my grandfather and he's very good. Although he isn't good with words, I can sense his concern for me. Also, my uncle, Lair and the others are all very good. As for why I gathered the Battle Saint tribe, it's because I helped them to retrieve a treasure that belonged to the Battle Saint tribe. That's all. Don't think that just because I don't know what happened in the Supreme Ancient Immortal Realms, you can fool me. Mo Qingcheng glared at Qin Wendian. How would I dare to fool my Qingcheng? Qin Wendian smiled. Mo Qingcheng stared at him suspiciously. Upon seeing how adorable Mo Qingcheng was, Qin Wendian held her face and directly kissed her. Mo Qingcheng opened her eyes, her face instantly turned red as she glanced at Qing, who was behind her. I didn't see anything. Qing, spoke in a melodious voice. After that, she turned around. Qin Wendian stared in astonishment at this scene before he started laughing uproariously. When did Qing, become so adorable? Senior brother, you are back. An untimely voice drifted over from outside. It was Jun Mengchen. Qin Wendian rolled his eyes. This fellow really knew how to rush things. He walked out and stared at the excited Jun Mengchen as he asked, Mengchen, why are you so happy? Senior brother, I heard that you are back. During this period of time, my strength improved greatly under the guidance of a heavenly deity. My comprehension of the Tao has also deepened. Since senior brother's comprehension is deeper than mine, we can discuss it together. Jun Mengchen spoke. Sure. Qin Wendian nodded. Just nice, he also had many comprehensions and wanted to share them with Jun Mengchen and the others. He then spoke, Qing, go and call Yu Huang, Bai Qing, and the others. We will discuss the Tao in Ancient Azure Mystic today. Good idea. Jun Mengchen's eyes brightened with excitement. After that, Qin Wendian and the others gathered their friends to share their comprehensions. Naturally, most of the time, it was Qin Wendian who shared his insights with them. The situation in the Supreme Ancient Immortal Realms changed. Ancient Azure Mystic, which was once a world-ending battlefield, was now peaceful and tranquil. The river of time flowed unceasingly. Ancient Azure Mystic passed peacefully. Qin Wendian once again entered closed-door seclusion. As his comprehension of his cultivation deepened, the amount of time he needed to comprehend was also increasing. Back then when he fought against Qin Zhong, he benefited greatly. He needed to properly comprehend and see if he would have a chance to pry into the legendary path, the path of heavenly deities. In the blink of an eye, many years passed. Many major events happened in the Supreme Ancient Immortal Realms. Other than the chaos in the desolate region, the Ziwei Divine Court and the Great Devil Divine Palace in the Mystic region weren't at peace either. Over at the Qin clan, it was rumored that after Heaven's son Qin Dangtian was humiliated in the Tiandao Sacred Academy, he finally came out after many years of closed-door seclusion. His strength grew even more terrifying compared to the past. Right now, even powerful heavenly deities would find it hard to deal with him. This was a character who defeated Luo Xinyu when he just broke through to the heavenly deity realm, causing the three heavenly deities of the Tiandao Sacred Academy to admit that they were inferior. Other than Heaven's son Qin Dangtian, there were some people who were exceptionally eye-catching in the Supreme Ancient Immortal Realms. Among them, the most dazzling was undoubtedly Reverend Seven Abstinences from the Pure Land of Bliss. Not long ago, he had already proven his Tao and stepped into the legendary realm that countless people looked up to. In addition, there were rumors saying that his comprehension abilities were extraordinary. There were people saying that back then in the world of reincarnation in the Tiandao Sacred Academy, the person who entered the legendary place was none other than Reverend Seven Abstinences. However, not long after, Reverend Seven Abstinences who had broken through to the heavenly deity realm actually personally denied it, telling the world that he didn't enter the legendary place. Someone else did. Many people were shocked. This was something that even Reverend Seven Abstinences couldn't accomplish. Who could it be exactly? Could it be Qin Wendian? There were also some rumors in the supreme ancient immortal realms saying that back then when Qin Zhong hunted down Qin Wentian in the desolate region, his death had nothing to do with heavenly deities. He was killed by Qin Wentian alone. Qin Wentian was a true supreme character who had entered the legendary place in the world of reincarnation. However, when this rumor was circulated out, countless people laughed at him. Qin Wentian's talent was very high and many people acknowledged it. But a world overlord killing a heavenly deity? Was this a joke? Chapter 1873. The Eastern Royal Immortal Realms controlled by the Ziwei Divine Court have been plunged into misery and suffering after so many years. It was unknown how many people died mysteriously. And the main culprit of all this was now in an exquisite chamber of the Eastern Royal Palace, enjoying the taste of a beauty. Yu Changkong stood up and stared at the jade-white body on the bed. His evil eyes flashed with a wondrous feeling. As for Dong Huangying, her eyes were empty, filled with hatred as she stared at Yu Changkong. During these years, she lived a life worse than death. She wanted to kill Yu Changkong countless times but she couldn't do it. Yu Changkong was too powerful. She tried again and again, only to be trampled on again and again. She lived in regret every day. Back then she provoked this devil. Not only did he humiliate her, he also humiliated many beauties in the Eastern Royal Palace. As for the men who opposed him, they all died. Right now, Yu Changkong was the absolute authority in the Eastern Royal Palace. Only those who submitted to him would be able to occupy high positions. Right now, those in control of the Eastern Royal Palace were all his lackeys. So many years have passed but you are still so beautiful. Yu Changkong's aura changed again compared to the past. He became even more evil. His face was pale white and his fingertips slid across the fair body before him. When he sensed that wondrous feeling, a look of intoxication appeared on his face. How beautiful! Are you still human now? Dong Huangying stared at Yu Changkong in humiliation. Her tone was so cold that it could pierce the bones. However, Yu Changkong didn't care. He smiled at the woman before him and didn't reply. After that, he turned and departed. Dong Huangying wore her clothes and walked outside. She came to the sacrificial altar of the Eastern Royal Palace. This was the place where the heavenly deities of the Ziwei Divine Court were worshipped. She would come here every day and today was no exception. She knelt before the sacrificial altar and had a sincere look on her face. Although it has been so many years, she didn't give up. This was her only hope. Yu Changkong knew that she would come here every day but he had never stopped her. The Ziwei Divine Court. If the heavenly deities of the Ziwei Divine Court came, they wouldn't have waited until today. All of this was tacitly permitted by the Ziwei Divine Court. Every time Yu Changkong thought of this, his heart would turn incomparably cold. Dong Huangying knelt 3 times and kowtowed 9 times, praying in front of the altar. She sincerely spoke, "If heavenly deities can hear my voice, please come down to the lower realms and take a look at the current Eastern Royal Immortal Realms." Boom! In the air, a thunderous boom suddenly rang out, shaking the heavens and earth. A beam of light appeared in the air as the silhouette of a deity bathed in boundless light descended from the sky. Dong Huangying was stunned when she saw this scene. After that, a look of wild joy appeared on her face as she kowtowed with all her might. Heavenly deity. Did the heavenly deities of the Ziwei Divine Court finally descend? At this moment, countless people in the Eastern Royal Palace trembled. Those who were enslaved by Yu Changkong all had looks of joy on their faces as hope appeared in their hearts. As for those who followed Yu Changkong, their eyes were filled with fear. Clearly, they also knew what they had done during these years. Yu Changkong. A voice rang out from the sky as divine might bore down. Yu Changkong's silhouette flashed as he appeared in the air, staring up at the heavenly deity who just descended. He knelt in the air, his hands and feet were parallel to each other as he spoke with incomparable sincerity and respect, "Disciple Yu Changkong pays my respects to Master. Yu Changkong, you said that you would govern the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms well. Is this the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms you have governed?" The heavenly deity in the air coldly spoke. His voice was like heavenly might, ringing out in the ears of everyone. At this moment, tears flowed down Dong Huangying's face. Did she finally see the heavenly deity? Right now, a heavenly deity has descended and punished Yu Changkong. That devil was finally going to get his retribution. Master, disciple has been working hard to govern the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms well through these years. Yu Changkong knelt there as he spoke. You still dare to be stubborn? The heavenly deity's expression was cold. After that, he glanced at Dong Huangying and asked, seems like I was careless and caused such a calamity to befall me. What happened in the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms during these years? Heavenly deity, during these years, Yu Changkong has committed all sorts of evil deeds in the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms, killing the people of the Donghuang clan. Those who follow him will live, those who oppose him will die. Also, he is incomparably cruel, using the lives of all living beings in the world to cultivate his evil methods. It's unknown how many people died because of this, and many cities were turned into ghost cities. Dong Huangying's tears flowed as she complained. The expression of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court grew colder and colder. He stared at Yu Changkong. I didn't expect that a vile creature like you would actually commit such heinous crimes here. Vile creature, do you deserve to die? Master, disciple will never commit such crimes again in the future. Master, please spare my life. Yu Changkong's body trembled as he knelt and begged for mercy. If I knew this would happen, I would have taken your life back then. Who would have thought that my moment of benevolence would result in such a calamity? The heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court coldly spoke. At this moment, constellation light descended from the sky, forming a terrifying constellation formation that enveloped Yu Changkong. The boundless constellation light instantly seeped into Yu Changkong's body as a terrifying emperor might gushed forth from the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. Master, please spare my life. Yu Changkong screamed in terror. However, there was only coldness in the eyes of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. The constellation light seeped into his body, causing Yu Changkong's body to gradually dissipate. It felt like he was about to be absorbed into the constellation light, entering the body of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. In the blink of an eye, Yu Changkong's body completely vanished from this world. Upon seeing this scene, Dong Huangying sat on the ground as tears flowed down her face. Has that devil finally died? Everything is finally coming to an end. I will send people to the lower world to reorganize the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms. The heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court spoke. However, at the instant his voice faded, his expression suddenly changed. A moment later, a gray sky appeared in the air. In the boundless space of the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms, strands of gray energy flowed over, resembling death chi. These gray energy currents frenziedly flowed towards the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. What demon-level creature are you? The heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court roared. Master, how can you treat your disciple like this? A voice drifted over from the void. The expression of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court suddenly changed, becoming extremely unsightly to behold. How could this be possible? Yu Changkong was struck by his divine art. How could he still be alive? Master, you intentionally left me alive until today before killing me. Do you think this disciple doesn't know your purpose? The so-called Ziwei divine art can also be an evil art with a divine will. You knew that I obtained this evil art in the world of reincarnation and also wanted to obtain it. Hence, you allowed me to come to the Eastern Royal Immortal Realms, allowing me to comprehend it until now. Only when I'm about to comprehend my divine will did you come here to seize everything from me, wanting to take it for yourself. Master, is what disciple said right? Yu Changkong's voice was very soft, yet it felt extremely bizarre. The entire world seemed to be immersed in a strange atmosphere. When Dong Huangying heard Yu Changkong's voice, her face turned pale. How could this be possible? Why hasn't he died yet? In addition, when she heard Yu Changkong's words, a look of deep despair appeared on her face. Could it be that all of this was tacitly approved by the heavenly deity? A lofty heavenly deity could only watch as Yu Changkong wreaked havoc in the eastern royal immortal realms. It was all for the sake of Yu Changkong, and after that, they wanted to seize everything from him. Was this really a lofty heavenly deity? Vile creature, scram out of my body. The heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court coldly spoke. Ha ha ha. An extremely evil laughter rang through the air. From the boundless regions of the eastern royal immortal realms, countless strands of grey energy that resembled ghosts flew over, frenziedly entering the body of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. Gradually, a gigantic face actually appeared behind the head of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. This was none other than the face of Yu Changkong, an evil grey face. Master, today, disciple is sacrificing myself to seek the Tao. For the sake of the true intent of the great Tao, many thanks to Master for helping disciple take the final step. The evil face behind the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court actually spoke in a human voice. Yu Changkong's physical body was already destroyed. It could indeed be said that he was sacrificing himself to seek the Tao. His purpose was to enter his master's soul. He had long since understood his master's cultivation methods and had already guessed what his master would do to him. He cultivated so frenziedly because he wanted a chance to fight for his life before his master acted against him. Even after his master appeared, he still knelt and begged for mercy. Because if he didn't beg, he wouldn't have the chance to enter his master's soul and execute the Tao he comprehended. It was impossible for him to kill a heavenly deity like his master. A vile creature that can even sacrifice his physical body, yet you still dare to have such wishful thinking. The heavenly deity coldly spoke. Boundless violet divine light cascaded down from the sky, transforming into resplendent light that illuminated the sky. It was like a divine art, penetrating through the heavenly deity's body and into his soul. Yu Changkong's illusory face started trembling unstably. Ever since Master punished me back then, I've already offered my body to the devil. Right now, all the vengeful souls in the eastern royal immortal realms can be used by me. Since I've already reached this step, it's impossible for me to fail. Yu Changkong opened his mouth and roared. In the eastern royal immortal realms, countless souls frenziedly flew over, unceasingly stabilizing Yu Changkong's illusory face and corroding the soul of the heavenly deity from the Ziwei divine court. Below, countless people felt their bodies turning cold when they saw this scene. One was a lofty heavenly deity while the other was a disciple of a heavenly deity. Their conversation caused countless people to feel a bone-piercing chill. Very cold. Was this the world of cultivation? It was actually so cruel and terrifying. A heavenly deity was like this, a heavenly deity's disciple was like this as well. Dong Huangying also felt her body turning cold. So it turned out that the heavenly deity had always been aware of everything that happened in the eastern royal immortal realms. He only wanted to nurture Yu Changkong and take him for himself. As for Yu Changkong, he could no longer be considered a human. How ridiculous. The heavenly deity she begged for so many years, was there any difference between him and Yu Changkong? He was also the main culprit behind the nightmare of the eastern royal immortal realms. At this moment, she involuntarily thought back to the radiant face she saw in the convention back then. That person had once warned her to be careful of Yu Changkong. Why didn't she listen to him back then? Right now, Dong Huangying's heart was like dead ashes. Even the shocking battle between Yu Changkong and the heavenly deity in the air didn't interest her at all. No matter who won or lost, what meaning was there to her? Her heart had already died. After a very long time, the terrifying battle in the air finally concluded. Yu Changkong's grey figure vanished. The heavenly deity of the Ziwei divine court stood arrogantly in the air. But at this moment, an evil malevolent smile flashed in his eyes as he spoke in an impudent voice, "Finally, I succeeded." This voice actually sounded like Yu Changkong's voice. After that, the face of the heavenly deity gradually twisted and transformed into Yu Changkong's face. His master wanted to seize everything from him. Wasn't he the same as well? You asked me if I'm a human or not. Let me tell you now, I'm not a human. I'm a god. Yu Changkong stared at Dong Huangying below as a sinister smile appeared on his face. That pitiful master of his was too arrogant. Now, he has paid the price for everything he did in the past.